And welcome back, guys, to another episode of Six and Below. This week, we're journeying to New York City in 1999, in New Year's Eve, for the end of days. I'm Eric. This is Darren.
Welcome into Six and Below Movie Podcast.
Cue the intro! So, end of days, the end of days, the Armageddon, the devil's coming.
Did you count how many times they actually mentioned the film?
I did not actually, no.
They did quite a few times.
They did say the words end of days quite a few times.
About 7, 8 times at least.
Gotta be.
At least.
I mean, they love saying it.
Yeah, overall, good film. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But,
right. See you next week.
What? Damn, it was long-winded.
Oh my God. What? 2 hours? 2 hour runtime, this film.
I started to watch this on the 18th of December, and I thought Christmas had been and gone before I got halfway through the film.
Jesus Christ. It was long. I don't remember it being this long, because when this film originally came out, I would have been, what year did it come out? Well, 99, obviously.
99.
So I'd have been, about 14? And I remember seeing this on the cinema. I remember not sneaking in, but I think, what was it, a 15 rating?
I think it might have been 18, to be honest with you.
Might have been an 18 back in the day. But, yeah, I remember going to see this on the cinema. And I've always liked this film, randomly, until I had to analyse it for a podcast. But, yeah.
I mean, how long did it take you to do the notes?
It took a long time.
A long time.
Mate, I think it took about 4 hours to do the notes for it. And that was just the film bit.
Yeah. You're looking between 4 and 5 hours.
Yeah.
It was a graft.
It was a graft, but I enjoyed the film. It's good.
Let's be honest with you.
Yeah, go on.
They could have made it about 30, 40 minutes shorter with a lot of excess stuff they had that didn't really need to be in there.
Yeah, like, first one that kind of springs to mind is the skateboarder kid. They could have took that out. There was no need for that to happen.
I've got that in my notes, exact scene.
Yeah. So that just didn't need to be in there.
No.
That's like something you'd maybe leave, I don't know, for like the DVD extras.
It was 5 minutes long, that scene.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 5 minutes you could have cut.
That's what
and
it
would have
about.
made zero difference to the film.
Nothing to do with the plot whatsoever.
And there's just probably other bits like that just didn't need to be. Like watching Arnie walk downstairs down to the temple near the end, and he's just like, could you not have just like cut to him walking in?
True.
And it's like,
True.
Just little things like that.
Yeah, because the whole end scene was about 35 minutes long.
Oh,
it's like, come on, do you really need 5 minutes of the thing flying around, destroying a few stuff?
Oh, I know.
Long-winded, but yeah, good film overall.
No, yeah, it's good. It is good.
You seen anything good this week?
No. Nothing good. No.
I've not really seen much either, to be honest with you.
No. So the only film other than this I ever watched this week is the live-action Beauty and the Beast, because my daughter made me watch it.
Emma Watson.
Yeah, with Emma Watson. Yeah,
it's not too bad.
That is 2 hours 20 minutes long.
It doesn't seem as long though.
The original freaking animated one was an hour and a half.
What did they do to add an extra hour?
I don't know. Makeup? I don't know. But
I've got to admit, I like Gusto's sidekick in it.
Which one's?
The little guy who follows us around. You know, the hunter guy who's like the big strong guy.
Oh, yeah.
The little fella next to him with curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him. He was quite a good character.
The actor?
Yeah.
Or what's his name? Josh Gad, is it?
I think it is, yeah.
Because he does the voice of Olaf in Frozen, doesn't he?
He does, yes. Yeah, same guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, his character, quite liked him in that, to be fair.
But no, that film just seemed to go on longer than End of Days.
You reckon?
It felt like End of Days.
This felt like the end of days.
Yeah. It was. There was no more days, because by the time you finished watching it was night.
It was. We got short days at the moment, haven't we? You start watching it at 12 o'clock, you're doing your notes, you're like, shit, 6 o'clock already.
I know, Jesus.
Done.
It's dark.
End of days.
Literally end of days.
Should we get straight into the clip quiz?
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
Drop the gun! Yeah, that's right, drop the gun!
Hey, I'm a police officer. This is an arrest.
This man is crazy. Look at him. He wants to kill me. You're just gonna stand there?
Freeze!
Oh, jeez.
I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm Detective John Kimball. This man is under arrest.
That name give it away a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
John Kimball.
If you think you know yourself what film that is starring the main Austrian oak himself,
Yes.
let us know down below or on email.
sixandbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
That is right.
He is one of the best things to come out of Austria, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not mention another person. Came from there.
We...
A lot of people don't think he actually came from there. They think they came from a different country.
Yeah, they
Or
think
might have
he's...
had similar association with.
Yeah, I'd never say he was the best thing of anything.
No, no. But however, he was the last of his name.
And
You don't get many kids these days, do you?
To be fair, he is the one that killed himself.
Yeah, literally. Literally.
Anyway,
I mean, if anybody can curse a name, he's done it.
yeah, he has. Yeah,
He's done it. The name we shall not mention.
we shall not. He's basically Voldemort.
Right, Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Vitals.
My Voldemort. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, released in 1999, runtime 2 hours. IMDb rating 5.8, Metacritic 34, Amazon star rating, I think it was 4.5.
Probably. It's got to be. What
gotta
else
be.
could it be?
It's got to be. Rotten
When
Tomatoes.
you go on to rate a film on Amazon, literally the only option is 4.5.
I think it is, mate.
Yeah.
Unless it's really, really bad, you put a 1, but they drop it down to 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what Amazon like? They got to be,
Oh, yeah.
give it a little booster.
Oh, yeah, because their reviews are so legit all the time, constantly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I swear by them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if we'd done a 4.5 and below, we could pick any film in the world.
We literally could pick. We could have done Infinity War. We could have done the whole
Yes.
Marvel series.
We could do it all, mate.
Shawshank, name a film.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, go.
Critics. They wasn't a fan of this film.
Were they not?
No,
Oh, 11%.
11%.
Ah,
Audience, 33%.
that's better.
Budget, 100 million.
100 million.
Do you know where they spent 25 million on?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He took a quarter of the budget.
To be fair, though, considering the films he had just done before this was almost like his way of trying to make a comeback, because before this, he had got a bit family-friendly. And then there's a whole Batman thing that happened as well not long before this.
It did actually, yeah.
And then I think this was around the time he had a heart attack as well, or not a heart attack, he had heart surgery. So he was trying to get back into action roles.
Did he do Eraser after or before this?
I think he might have done it after this.
I think Eraser might have been his last action film.
Eraser was before this. Eraser was 96.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was one of his last action films that he'd done then, innit? Before he started retiring.
Yeah.
Because he'd done not too
Other
great.
than the Terminator, but in that he just walks around, doesn't he?
He don't really do
He's
too
like-
much.
He basically took a page out of Seagal's book.
Box office gross, however, was 211 million
Worldwide.
worldwide.
Ugh.
Other top
think it would've
grossing
been
films
more.
of 1999, Star Wars Phantom Menace, 924 million. The Sixth Sense, I see dead people. But I also see 672 million.
That's how much that made.
I did, yes.
With that weird kid.
It did. A creepy ass kid made a lot of money for him.
Mate, I think we've said it before on this podcast, but have you seen what that kid looks like nowadays? He hasn't got any less creepier. He's got
No.
creepier with age.
Is it The Boys that he's in?
Yes.
It
Yes.
wasn't it? A
He was
detective
in
or
The
something?
Boys. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or like
remember that.
yeah.
And number 3 is Toy Story 3 itself, 486 million.
Is it Toy Story 3 or Toy Story 2?
3.
Right.
Yeah. In 1999, this movie was ranked 16th,
Right.
and it was higher grossing than Austin Powers, Despite Shagged Me.
Right.
I love that film, it's funny. Sleepy Hollow. It's quite a good film, to be fair.
Sleepy Hollow is good, yeah.
I think it's better than this, personally.
Yeah, I'd say it was better than this.
Yeah. And one that we've covered before, if you want to go check out our podcast for it, Deep Blue Sea.
Alright. This beat Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I'd rather watch this than Deep.
Yeah, same here, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just before we get onto the directed, written actors, I'd like to give a quick shout out for one of our long-term viewers.
Yeah.
Tom, thank you very much for the support, mate. Have a great day, and thank you very much for joining along.
Cheers, Tom, lad.
Thank you. Right, directed, written, who it stars?
Yeah, so this was directed by a chap called Peter Hyams.
Recognize that name?
Yes, so you should, because he did Time Cop, which we have also reviewed, so go and check that out. Go and
Classic.
check it out. After this, though. After this, watch Time Cop.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Yeah. So yeah, he has 25 director credits,
Yes.
and you got plenty of time. I just got that. Sorry,
Hey.
I'm a bit slow on that one. You want to watch Twinsy Van Damme's?
Yeah, Twins of Van Damme's.
Yeah. Because we've done Twinsy Arnie's, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah. And we've done double Twin Van Damme's, haven't we? 'Cause
Yeah.
we did Double Impact as well.
Double Impact, Time Cop. But then we had 6 days in between them, I think.
We did,
So it was
yeah.
like a weird little twinsy few weeks. It was done randomly by the computer as well.
Twinsy weeks.
Yeah, it was weird, that, actually.
Yeah. So his first project back in the day in 1972 was a TV movie called Rolling Man. No idea what it's about.
No.
But he did it. 6.0
Never heard
on
of
IMDb. He did a film which I've never seen, but I've always wanted to see, called Capricorn 1 in 1977. Now, that's a 6.8 on IMDb. Now, what that's about is basically, you heard about like them faking the moon landings and stuff like that.
Yes.
But it's basically them, same kind of premise, but they faked the Mars landing,
Right.
and it's all recorded in the studio and stuff like that. Like I said, I've never seen it, but always wanted to. So he directed that. He directed another film called 2010, The Year We Made Contact, which is a 6.7 in 1984. And his most recent work was in 2013 when he did a film called Enemies Closer, which is a 5.1.
Okay. Bit of a drop from the previous ones.
Eh?
Bit of a drop from the previous.
Yeah. So he's got some all right films under his belt ish, but especially Time Cop. Time Cop's the classic.
Class.
So bit of trivia about this guy.
Yep.
He directed O.J. Simpson in Capricorn 1 and Robert Blake in a film called Busting, both in the 1970s, and both whom eventually became infamous for allegedly murdering their current or former spouses.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. So little bit of trivia about our Peter there. You've worked with him, you're more likely to kill your spouse.
Stay away, guys.
So, writers-wise, this had one writer.
Yep.
Now, he's not really done much, but he does have one film that's kind of under his belt. So his name is Andrew W. Marlowe. Now, you might recognise that name. He has 8 credits for writing on IMDb. One of the films he's wrote, we've reviewed, Hollow Man.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. 5.9 from 2000. But he also wrote Air Force One.
That's a good film, that. Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, 6.5 from 1997. Yeah, a bit of Air Force One.
Ah.
Other than that, he wrote 173 episodes of the TV show Castle, which ran from 2009 to 2016.
Is that like a cop or something?
Yeah, it had, if I remember rightly, it's got Nathan Fillion in it, who's like the
Sure.
lead guy. And then the Equalizer TV show,
Right.
the recent one, 63 episodes of that from 2021 to 2024. This Equalizer TV show, have you ever seen it? Because doesn't it have Queen Latifah in it?
Not sure.
I think it might have.
God, she's still around.
I thought like she'd just gone into obscurity, but apparently not.
Disappeared type thing, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think she'd done the Madagascar, and that was it.
Did she
Disappeared
do
after them.
Madagascar?
I think she was a hippo.
Oh no, that's Jada Pinkett.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
But I remember she was in a really shit film called, I think it was called Taxi, or something like that. And then she was in a random one with Steve Martin, I remember.
Is that a holiday one or something where they're in, like, the Alps?
I don't remember. I just remember her being in it. I think it was like an Odd Couple type of film with Steve Martin and her in it.
Mm.
I don't know where she came from. She just came from nowhere. And
Disappeared just as quick.
yeah,
Literally.
I think she must have been big in the States before, like we heard about her over there. But
Yeah,
anyway.
true.
Yeah, so this film
Yes.
stars
Stars.
the big man himself,
big man.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
as Jericho.
Jericho.
He has 81 acting credits. Now, never really realise until you look into his actual back catalogue how many class films he's actually done throughout his career.
Loads.
Do you
True
know what?
Lies. Commando.
Yeah,
Junior. Twins. Terminators.
Yeah. I mean,
Bloody Eraser.
yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah, you're doing my job for me, yeah, but yeah.
Loads, mate.
Mate, it's the list is endless. It's ridiculous the amount of films he's done and the amount of ones you'll know about as well.
Can I just say something?
Go on.
My missus, when we started watching this, she goes, "Oh, it's not him, is it? Like, we all got married last week. Do you want a divorce?"
That's blasphemous.
Exactly. How can
It's
you
not
diss the big
him.
Austrian?
Is it?
She
Mate,
don't like him. She don't like him.
How can you not
She
like
said
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
he is a shit actor.
Yeah, he is.
Terrible actor.
No one goes to watch an Arnie film for his acting.
Exactly.
Fucking hell.
It's Conan, for God's sake.
I know. Jesus Christ. Oh, did you know, though? I watched a documentary about him a while back.
Oh,
And
the
did you-
bodybuilding one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that he was already pretty loaded before he even got into acting?
I believe so, from his family and stuff.
Well, no, I think he was buying up like property and stuff, using his money from his weightlifting shit
All right.
around LA. And I think he said in the thing that he was a millionaire before he even got into acting. Yeah.
Good businessman then.
Yeah. But yeah, his first film ever was Hercules in New York in 1970, which has a whopping 3.3 on IMDb. I wonder if we can find it.
That'd be an interesting one to see.
It would be interesting, yeah.
Mm.
And then obviously he did Conan Barbarian in 82. He did Conan the Destroyer in 84. Conan the Destroyer is a 5.9, so we could do that if we could find it.
Well, we've got Red Sonja on our list,
Fuck Red Sonja.
right? Which is a spin-off of Conan.
Yeah.
But the sales were doing, well, it was predicted to do that bad. They had to get Arnie come in as Conan to try and boost it up so they could sell a bit more.
Surprised me, mate. He sells tickets.
He does.
Obviously, the Terminator, Commando,
Mhm.
Predator,
Yep.
The Running Man,
Classic.
yeah,
Classic.
Twinsies, Total Recall, Terminator 2, True Lies, Eraser, 6 Day, Terminator 3, The Expendables, 1, 2, and 3.
Cameos.
Yeah, he was only in for a bit, wasn't he? Terminator Genesis,
Mm.
and then Terminator Dark Fate as our Carl.
Yeah.
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 So there's just a few of his many acting credits.
You started off with some bangers and you finished with some really flops.
Yeah, as it went on, you know, you can't keep it going forever.
Have you seen the Fubar?
I've not known the TV series.
Yeah, it's not bad, you know.
Is it good?
It's actually alright, yeah.
No, not watched it. It's one of them ones where it's kind of like it's on my list to watch, but I've never got round to watching it.
Yeah, worth watching.
Yeah. I'll give that one a go. Bit of trivia about our Arnie.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so apparently he saved a man's life while on vacation in 2004 by swimming into the sea to rescue him from drowning.
What, did he push the sea out of the way?
He
Just
did.
Part the
He
ocean.
did. He did Moses style, mate. When he was the governor of California,
I still can't believe that happened.
I know,
Weird.
how mad is that? But he refused to take a salary.
Believe
while he was
so,
a
yeah.
governor, and he used his private jet as his own expense. May as well.
Me as well.
His parents feared that he was gay when he was a teenager because he worshipped bodybuilders. His mother, Aurelia, phoned a doctor because she thought her son was turning south due to all the pictures of oiled up males on his bedroom wall.
Yeah, you can see where they're coming from, I suppose.
You can see where they're coming from, yeah. James Cameron originally wanted him for the role of Kyle Reese in Terminator, would you know?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kyle's the one that came from the future.
Yeah, but
Okay,
after
yeah.
reading the script, Arnold asked Cameron to let him play the part of the machine. Cameron replied, No, Reese is a star, he's the big hero. Terminator hardly had any lines, but Arnold asked him to trust me. That was my best impression.
I mean, let's be honest with you.
Vikings in the room.
The guy speaks like a robot, so it suits the role.
Yeah, there's no way fucking Cameron was like, no, mate, no. You definitely got to be Kyle Reese. That other guy has no lines. No, Arnold, please don't go for that one.
It's probably like, wait a minute, that guy has no lines. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Woo! Yes. And he was the first private citizen in the US to own a Humvee.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Before that, they were all military vehicles, military only. And he was like, Let me have a Humvee. And they're like, all right. And then that's when he went into production. So it's all thanks to Arnie that we have them big, ugly fucking cars on the road every now
I
and
don't
then.
mind him, to be fair.
Which you don't really see him now.
No, it was a fad, wasn't it?
It was a fad until
Yeah.
everyone realised it did like 2 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, they were more into like the Ford Raptors and stuff like that now
Yeah.
instead.
And then, moving on, actors-wise, we have
Yes.
the fantastic Gabriel Byrne.
Very
as
good.
He's credited on IMDb
Yes.
as the man.
The man.
The man.
Is that how lazy they were for like thinking someone to name him?
Yep. What part did he play? He was the devil. No, we can't say that. He was a male. So the man.
What was the guy's name?
I don't know actually.
I could have called him David
No, the man.
or something. Do you know what I mean? The person who he took over.
Well, yeah, could have been Bruce, David, Gareth.
Never gets
Gary.
mentioned, does it?
No, could have been
Doesn't
anything.
get mentioned.
He doesn't. But
Come
he
on.
is an Irish fella.
Yeah.
Or a Gabriel.
Yeah.
Did that sound Irish?
No.
Fuck you. Anyway, so he's best known for Miller's Crossing,
Right.
where he played someone called Tom Reagan. That was a 7.7. Obviously, The Usual Suspects, where he plays Keaton, 8.5.
That's where I recognise him from.
Yeah. The Man in the Iron Mask with Leonardo DiCaprio, he played D'Artagnan, 6.5. And in the same year as this, he also starred in Stigmata, which not has similar themes, but it's kind of
Quite similar.
biblical related.
Yeah.
So he was in that, 6.2. So, bit of trivia about this guy. Before becoming an actor, he was an archaeologist, a school teacher, a short order cook, and a plumber.
Random choices, but yeah.
He started acting at the age of 29 and he went to America for the first time when he was 37 years of age. We have Robin Tunney as Christine.
Yeah.
Now, she has got 56 acting credits on IMDb.
Really?
Yeah.
She got more work after this.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, I recognise her mopey ass, dopey face from somewhere. And I finally realised when I was looking through the list of films that she's done, I know where from. A film called The Craft in 1996.
The witch one, isn't it?
Yeah. She was like the witch that kind of moves to town and joins the other witches.
I can't remember it properly, but I know which film it is, though.
Yeah, I seen it like years and years ago. But yeah, she was in that. That's all I've got to say about her. Kevin Pollak as
Chicago.
Chicago. Right. So on IMDb and on all my notes, because of IMDb, I put it as Chicago, but then I realised that no one ever calls him fucking Chicago.
Oh, Bobby.
I noticed. Bobby. Yeah.
Yeah. In the film, they call him Bobby, but his credit is Chicago.
So halfway through, I'm like, Bobby? Who the fuck's Bobby? And then I realised he was talking about Chicago.
Yes, I've left it as Chicago. on my
Yeah,
notes.
so Chicago, apparently. So he's got a pretty big back catalogue, 161 acting
I
credits.
recognise him, though, quite a few.
Yeah, he's a character actor and he's been in loads of shit. So he was also in The Usual Suspects as Hockney. He was in A Few Good Men, 7.7. He was in Casino as Philip Green. And then he was in The Whole 9 Yards and The Whole 10 Yards, which The Whole 10 Yards is a 5.5.
All right.
But here's the weird thing, right? I've seen them films. I don't really remember him being in it. But according to IMDb, he plays two different characters in them films.
All right.
In the first one, he plays someone called Gianni Gogolak. And in the second one, he's credited as someone called Laszlo.
Is that the one with Bruce Willis and Matthew Perry?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So the whole 10 yards we could add to our list if we could find it somewhere.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
then the only other one I wanted to give a kind of mention to is Miriam.
9 yards, is that above 6?
The whole 10 yards. Oh, yeah, the whole 9 yards is a 6.7.
Right, okay, yeah.
Miriam Margoyles,
Yeah.
who plays the mum in it.
Yeah.
Mabel, her name is. So she was in Romeo and Juliet, the nurse, you know, from the Baz Luhrmann one with what's his face?
Yeah.
DiCaprio.
Yeah.
She was in the Harry Potters as Professor Sprout. But then she was in one of my favourite TV series of all time. She had like a few little cameo roles in that. Blackadder.
Class.
Fucking love Blackadder. But the reason I wanted to mention her is because of this little piece of trivia I found on IMDb.
Who's this, by the way?
Miriam Margoyles, the one who plays Christine's stepmom.
Stepmom, yeah.
Yeah. So she said, years later, Miriam Margoyles revealed on a talk show that she did not enjoy her first and only working experience with Arnold Schwarzenegger, citing the odd reason that in their scene together, he farted in my face.
Class.
Yeah.
So that protein shakes, mate.
All that protein and steroids, mate. So, yeah. That's why I mentioned her.
Right.
Because I thought that was quite funny.
Definitely is.
But that's pretty much it that I wrote down for the cast. Obviously, there's other people in this film.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah.
She got farted on by Schwarzenegger.
She did.
I mean, how many people can say that?
I know.
Probably
Well,
quite a few, to be honest
She's
with you.
been telling, she's been telling people on talk shows. What's your claim to fame, love? Well, I was in Blackadder back in the day, and Arnold Schwarzenegger farted in my face while I battered shit out of him.
She battered the shit out
She
of him.
battered.
That was weird.
She battered him. She battered the shit out of Arnie.
Oh, right, we'll discuss
We'll
that
get
later
that
on.
in a
Like,
bit.
but yeah, my word.
Any general notes?
General notes, I've just put, obviously, did you clock on to Arnie's name in this?
Jericho.
Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously, from the Bible stories, the city of Jericho.
Yeah.
I couldn't take the actress who played Christine serious, as she has the same haircut as Wolverine.
Christine Wolverine. Ah.
Couldn't take her serious, mate. Honestly, I was expecting like little forks to come out of her hand.
Reckon later on she finds out that they're her powers.
Well, that's why I said forks instead of knives. She's a knockoff.
She's a knockoff.
So it's like, got some cutlery, you got a knife on one side, a fork on the
Yeah,
other.
pulls out a pinky, a spoon comes out. Oh, I couldn't take her seriously either, mainly because she had the world's mopiest face and she always got these big doe eyes that always look like she's on the verge of tears.
Yeah,
She just wound me up.
all the time. It was stupid.
My general notes.
Yes.
First of all, why the fuck, and I'll go into it in this, why the fuck does the devil need any kind of protection, security, right?
Yeah.
But we'll get into that in a bit. So just remember that one. Why does a security firm investigate a fucking shooting? Again, we'll get into it in a bit. The only other one was, so I'm assuming the story in this. Now, I like the storyline. I like kind of films that take on a kind of biblical theme, kind of like this, where they take like the biblical lore and mythology. What's it called? Theism, is it?
Yeah, yeah. A bit like the Keanu Reeves one,
Which one's that?
Constantine.
Yeah.
Great film.
So yeah, where they have like you know,
Loosely
Bible
on it, yeah.
characters and stuff like that. Yeah, so I like that. But so I'm assuming in this that this happens every 1,000 years since Jesus, right? So I'm assuming because he mentions a little comment towards the end that Jesus maybe sacrificed himself in the beginning, in like at the time to somehow stop the devil from doing what he did 2,000 years ago. So it's been 1,000 years. So how did they stop it in the year 1000 AD?
I mentioned.
Because it's just like, well, if they could beat him in the year 0, we started the calendar, right? With Jesus, I'm assuming. The second guy obviously didn't do that good of a job because he never gets a mention.
Yep.
No one knows who he is, right? Okay. But in both them instances, like all they would have had was like swords or sticks or whatever, and Shalom. They managed to sort him right out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Guns don't exactly do anything for him.
Well, no.
So a sword might have helped a bit better.
I just wondered, you know, who sorted him out last time.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, and you think, you know,
Credited man.
maybe
Noah.
like should properly write it down now instead of talking in fucking riddles and shit.
I think it was Noah.
Noah
Yeah, flooded
Noah
the earth.
came before Jesus, though, didn't he?
Yeah, I suppose.
He's in the Noah's in the Old Testament.
True.
Um,
I was just thinking of somebody who could have like killed him by flooding.
well, you know, he could have been like Dave or someone. I don't know.
David and Goliath.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. David and Goliath.
Well, that was Old Testament as well. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. But anyway, could have been fucking William Wallace for all we fucking know.
Could have been, mate.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the only general notes I've had. They're not really general notes. They're just kind of questions that I kind of wrote down as I went through the film because, you know, I just wanted to make sure that they got
Valid
mentioned
questions.
at some point.
Valid
to make sure they got
questions.
mentioned at some point.
Okay, the movie. Let's get on with it.
Yes.
The movie starts off in the city, the Vatican City itself, 1979.
Yes.
As a comet is coming through the night sky above the moon, and one of the priests just turns around and goes, looks a bit familiar, that. Let's go through some of my scrolls.
It's
and
a bit more panicky than that because it basically...
it was a little bit panicky, wasn't it?
You see the moon and it looks like an eyebrow of the moon. And like, I'm assuming that, like, comets don't just fucking appear like that. So I'm assuming that's been there for maybe a few days and it's only then you go, shit! I've fucking seen that before! God's eye! And I'm like, dude, chill, dude.
And he runs off to the Godfather himself.
The Pope.
Right.
Popey McGee.
When he walked into that room, it looked like something from the Mafia. It was.
First
it
of all,
wasn't
when
a
he walks
fucking
in,
priest ceremony sitting down.
they were just there chilling. But what I wanted to know is when they walked in, why were the Swiss guards saluting him? I'm like, what's that about?
True.
Is that what they do? Did he salute priests?
Don't know.
Walked in, it was like that, and then it was like, he says, like a mafia meeting, and they wheeled the Don out in his wheelchair.
Yeah.
Did you see who the Don was, though?
You come to me on my daughter's wedding day.
Yes.
You tell me about the God's eye.
You come to me about babies. Well, the guy that
I recognise him,
who plays the
don't think
Pope,
who from.
he's in Breaking Bad. Like, I think he's the guy that gets blown up in the nursing home.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the old nursing home guy. The one who's,
Yeah.
I can't remember what he
You
does,
think
it,
he's
but
not there, but he's actually...
yeah, he has the little bell.
Yeah.
Ding,
yeah,
ding,
yeah.
ding, ding. Yeah.
So it's him, yeah.
I love that series.
So that's what
Love
happened. Apparently, it's in the same timeline. It's in the same kind of universe.
No,
That's what ended up happening to the Pope after all this mess.
yeah, true. It's about, a couple of years later, isn't it?
Yeah.
Retired from there, got his tongue cut out, and then rings the bell. Ding, 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 ding.
It does make me wonder, though, right? So he comes in and he goes, "A baby's going to be born tonight. God's eye, blah, 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 blah. She's going to basically fuck the devil in like 20 years' time or whatever."
Yep.
And then the guy in the corner stands up and goes, "We need to kill this child." It's like, well, chill. Calm the fuck down. We got 20 years. Not so hasty. Plus, it could be any child in the world.
Let's be honest with you. There's a lot of people giving birth around the world
Yeah.
at the same time.
At that very moment.
Yes.
Was it only me, though, and it might have been only me, that makes you wonder that if it was a baby boy that would be born, they'd know exactly where it was?
Straight away.
You're like, New York. Because it's a girl, no priest is paying attention.
Here's one for you.
Go on.
It says 6 hours later, New York City,
Yeah.
as a woman gives birth to a baby girl.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Now.
Yep.
Now.
Now?
New York's about 6 hours ahead of,
Are they not behind?
or behind.
Yeah.
So wait, yeah. Yes, 6 hours later.
Yeah.
So technically, it'll be happening at the exact same time.
Well, yeah. Oh.
I mean, it could have been 6 p.m. They were like talking about it. 6 hours later, just hit 12.
Yeah.
Or technically, would it be 12 hours
Here
if you're
comes the
looking at
baby.
time travel?
Maybe.
Time traveling across the world as he goes through country and country. Not like Back to the Future style time travel.
Like time zones.
Time zones, yeah. Time zones.
Time zones.
But yeah, did it take time zones into consideration?
Maybe.
You gotta ask these questions, mate.
Yeah, I've got to ask these questions because, to be fair, I was thinking during it when they were talking about midnight on the thing, like, was it easy? But Arnie does mention.
Does cover it.
He does cover it. He does cover
He
it.
does.
He covers his ass.
Is it Eastern?
I know.
Eastern time?
Eastern time, would it be? And he's like, it's got nothing to do with that, goddammit. And he's like, all right, well, you just keep saying midnight. It's like, Jesus.
It could be anywhere. Midnight what in Japan?
Exactly. So yeah, randomly I've got written on my notes here. So some of them want to kill the baby, but George Michael tells them to have faith for faith for faith. And that's what it says on my notes. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was thinking during that.
You're right, though, mate. You're right.
Yeah.
The Godfather
You
does
gotta
say
have
that.
Faith for faith for faith.
Mr. Faith in the God.
You must have faith. If we kill the baby, we are no better than the devil himself. So you'll keep the baby alive and you watch her. You watch over her. I charge you to watch over this baby. And he's like, why me?
Do you want us to do anything with it? No, let God do it. God will do it his own ways.
We must have faith.
Oh, yeah, do nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, well. So anyway, 6 hours later, New York City, a woman gives birth to a baby girl.
Yes.
Now, what these nurses, what are there? They take away the baby to get cleaned up. But instead of using the little sink next to her, she thinks, do you know what? I've got to take this baby away to a different room. Runs off down to the elevator, down into the basement. And what happens down in the basement?
Before we get to what happens in the basement, am I led to believe that this woman has decided to go into midwifery, to train as a midwife, get a job at that particular hospital, just on the off chance that when the eyebrow appears over the moon, a baby's born?
Yes.
Okay, so she takes it down, like you say. So when they get down there,
I think she's going towards every single baby where like 3 women are giving birth at the same time. She's running between each one. Is it out yet? Is it out yet?
Who's
Is it
out
out yet?
first? Yeah, yeah.
No, fucking give me bacon. It's like, I'll come back in a minute.
Anyone for a baby clean? Anyone need the baby cleaning? No? So she runs it, like you say, she runs it down to the basement, and then there's like a couple of people there, all in like hospital shit. And there's some kind of makeshift altar. They put it on the altar on like a sheet of paper, and then some guy has a rattlesnake in a jar next to him. And he sticks his hand in and thinking, what would he do if he just gets bitten now? I think it's like ritual over. Yeah. Anyway, so he pulls the snake out, he slices it in half, gets a little bit of blood, which seems a bit excessive because all he needs is a little bit on his pinky. Surely he could have just like nicked
a little bit of blood.
Well,
the poor baby gets drenched in snake blood.
Well, no, he cuts it and he just sticks it in his mouth and goes, suckle on
Yeah, but
this.
before that, though, he pours bloody blood all over it.
Well, yeah, but yeah, it's got a baby mark on his arm. A birthmark, sorry, not a baby mark. A birthmark. And then, yeah, she's like, right, I'll run it back upstairs. So
yeah, it looks a bit like a horseshoe, doesn't it, the birthmark?
Yeah. Horse. All the way through my notes, I was thinking, how can I describe this birthmark? I never once thought of a fucking horseshoe. Yeah, it's like a horseshoe. Yeah. But yeah, it's so that baby's like a bit like, you know, a bit rock and roll. Like it's had a good life so far. It's only been alive like a day. It's living on the edge, isn't it?
Literally. Yeah, yeah, snake blood's inside your fucking mouth.
I know. So she runs it back up, chucks it over to the mum. She's like, is your baby back? Like,
and nobody asks any questions or anything like that. Nobody asks anything.
No.
She's been gone for like 45 minutes to an hour. It's like, fucking how's she gone for this fucking baby?
I don't even think she cleaned the fucking thing either. So she gives it back and she goes, what are you going to call it? And she's like, Christine. And it's like, yeah, of course you are, you know, Christ, yeah. Why not? Why not? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, why not?
So, 20 years later, which happens to be Tuesday, December the 28th, 1999, would you know?
Important date.
Yeah, well, so we hear the radio telling us that the millennium is coming and there's only
quite
3.
Annoying.
He insists on telling us that there's only 3 more nights over and over and over and over again during this little segment.
All the way through the frigging film.
Yeah, every time they show us the date, it's like radio show.
It done me head in.
I know.
I really didn't like it, the way they did it.
And then we meet...
Just kept mentioning as well, didn't it? Like loads of cults are getting together because it's the end of the world and computers will go fail, etc., etc.
Y2K and all this, and some woman ringing in, shall I quit my job? And all this shit. But anyway, we cut to the Ghostbusters working on the streets again.
Yes.
Because it looked like Ghostbusters 2 when they're looking for the slime.
One of them called Bobby. He's like, hey, Bobby!
Hey, I'm walking here.
In New York City, after all.
Yeah. And then an earthquake happens.
Was it an earthquake or was it just a Karen man having a fucking fit?
I don't know.
I really didn't like that.
Because every time there was an earthquake, he just all he did was just shake the camera. I think he was. Well, he was having a fit again. It's fine. We'll just call it an earthquake. We'll fix it in post. Don't worry about it.
All right, we have a couple of explosions coming up here and there and everywhere else from the manhole covers.
Yeah, flames start flying up. But the one thing I did notice, right? So these workmen, they're running away from it, and they can see behind them, you know, that the manhole covers have got all flames coming out. So they run directly towards the next one, which then flames come out of. And I'm like, why are you running towards it?
Yeah.
You dumbasses. Anyway,
they called like the Prometheus run or some shit like that.
It's like the Prometheus school of running away from things.
Yeah, it's coming down, so it's running a fucking line.
Straight line, yeah. Rather than just moving to the side.
It's great, isn't it?
But yeah, so the devil arrives and he's invisible and whatnot.
Flies through the fire.
Flies through the fire, going through the streets, and we see his perspective going through all the New Yorkers while they're all like, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Hey.
And then, and then we spot Gabriel Byrne going for something to eat, and he sits down, and then he decides, "Oh, you fucking need a right shit here."
I was about to say, is that his name, boss? It's the actor's name.
It's
Isn't
the
it?
actor's
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
So the man, we see the man.
The man.
So he nips to the loo. So the devil's like, "Oh, I'm feeling a bit horny.
Let's have a bit of that, mate.
Let's have a bit of that."
So he goes inside, follows him, smelling it. Like, ooh, can have someone's taken the nasty curry last night.
"Oh, Gabriel, you've been touched by a priest, have you?"
Yeah. And then he proceeds to give him a nice little prostate examination whilst controlling his body and flying around the room.
Yeah, he does.
Because he takes him from behind.
He takes him from behind. He wears him like a fucking puppet. And he's like, throwing him around
That's
the
not the
room.
way he got into his body, mate, because Gabriel's bent over the sink at the time.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, I'll just stop the taps working while."
shit.
It's like, what the fuck was that? Oh.
And then the devil walks out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he walks back to the table where he was sat, having his dodgy curry, and then just starts necking off with somebody else's wife. Bit of a grope of the boob. And then
I love how he just walks.
randomly blows the place up.
I know. I love how he just walks over though and just whips the tit out of a thing and just.
And the guy's like, the husband's like,
"Hey, what are you doing?" And he just gives him a dirty look. Like, it's like, "Oh, okay.
carry on, as you
Carry
were,
on."
as you were.
I know. But yeah. Do you think it's because of his gasoline piss? Do you think the devil had a piss when he was like, "Oh God, did he not have a piss before he entered his body? What's he coming here for?" And obviously, as we find out later, the devil pisses gasoline.
Well,
Or
I'd say
petrol.
a bit more flammable than that. It's like fucking rocket fuel, mate.
Yeah.
Well, again, like you say, the whole place just blows up. Now, I get it, he can't die. But, however, how come his clothes did not set on fire when he walked through the fire?
That's a good point. Because later on, the whole soon, the only reason he ever meets with Arnie is because he has security detail, yet this guy can survive an explosion. And I mean, like, walking out of an explosion that just took place literally behind him and walking through it like slow motion.
Yep. And you can tell it's actually set in New York City because literally nobody gives a fuck about a huge restaurant exploding.
Oh, no, it's just a
Taxi drivers swerve around the debris, it's flying around and carry on driving.
It's literally just another Tuesday to them.
It fucking is, mate.
I mean, down the street, fucking loads of explosions coming out of
You
the
just see the
drains.
cars just like change lane, change back afterwards.
It's like, oh, got a bit closer to that one.
Stay away from that.
Now, New York in the 90s, it was a mad place.
It was, mate.
It was.
Now, next scene, we get introduced to Jericho for the first time.
We do.
And he's about to blow his head off, but luckily his partner, Chicago, comes banging on the door.
You?
Now, can we talk about his breakfast?
I'd rather not, but go on.
Okay. So he has for breakfast, ladies and gentlemen, a cup of coffee.
I knew you were going to write this down.
Yep. A cup of coffee, which is strong enough to kill a Knox. That's how much caffeine is in it. A strawberry milkshake, or it could be cough syrup. I weren't too sure what it could have been, but it was like a pink goo that came out. Half a glass of leftover alcohol from the night before, a slice of pizza, last night's Chinese noodles, and then to top it off, another slice of pizza from the floor.
Yes.
Sticks it in a blender, blends it up. And that's his protein shake, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's how Arnie gets his muscles. Woo! Woo! I didn't notice a piece of gym equipment in his room. In his apartment. Yeah, he's
Jacked.
jacked.
Right, it makes me laugh, you know, a lot of films in Hollywood, the guy like The Rock or Schwarzenegger back in the day, they're jacked.
Oh,
But
no.
then, like, the only thing you see him doing, like Jingle All the Way, is at his desk with one of that little tensioner things. It's like, oh, right, yeah, so you're telling me, you know, you get that jacked up from doing that? I think, yeah.
I love it. Like films like that where it's like, he used to be special forces and a weapons expert, but now he's a marine biologist. And it's like, what?
As you do.
Now he works an office job, but he's still jacked.
Still jacked.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Chicago explains that the job for today is a protection of a Wall Street guy.
Yeah.
Don't mention the name. Who is a very, very high-valued target.
Yes.
Now, for a private security firm, a.k.a. Striker Security,
Striker.
they sure have a lot of resources.
I was thinking that. I mean, this guy must be paying through the freaking ass for this security detail because there's about 50 men, 50 cars, a helicopter above them. They're all armed up to like, they've got a small arsenal of weapons, but probably more than a fucking third world country.
Mate, they've got a huge office that looks like something from like MI5 headquarters.
Yeah.
Big screens up, all the like little digital things, everything on there. You're like, this is a private security firm.
I know.
I mean,
Jesus.
they even have a helicopter flying around following a convoy. Bearing in mind, it's probably a no-fly zone anyway in New York
Yeah.
City. But this fucking helicopter's flying in between the buildings.
I know. He's probably causing more risk to the client flying
Yes.
around in them buildings than any shooter.
He's like, hey, I'm flying here. Get out of the way.
Get out the way, man. But Jericho is getting geared up, and you see him putting some guns down his sleeves.
Oh, we know that for later on, don't we?
We do. And we get a quick glimpse of the crazy guy with the mad bobble hair.
The albino.
Yeah. There's in the subway later on. So as they get out, they're looking around and they're like, right, the guy's out in the open, and it turns out, it's the devil. It's the devil. So again, why does the devil need a security protection?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. The whole
It's
thing.
just to set it up for the gunner.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Which then starts obviously the whole story, I suppose.
But so then Arnie, because he's like Superman and he's not hungover in the slightest, or doesn't have a drinking problem at all, is spots a shooter that the helicopter missed and all the men round him. But he sees the shooter who's happens to be on the fire escape in clear view with a big ass freaking rifle. So I don't know how anyone didn't notice him.
Right. This guy is about 8 floors up at least. 8 to 10 floors up.
Yeah.
So Arnie's looking up at him. He must have been like a fucking little ant or something. It couldn't have been that big.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
From the chopper, he would have been.
Oh yeah, from the chopper it would have been because
Yeah.
like it was like his fucking level height.
But
The
no
chopper
one
flies
thought
through
to,
the city for some reason.
no one thought to put a spotter in the helicopter. So
No.
it's just the pilot's trying to like, oh, watch that building, watch that cable. Instead, if they had just put someone in with them who could have gone, oh, there's someone.
Yeah, there's someone just over there, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry about him. We can go get him.
Yeah. But yeah, so then he takes
Silly.
a few pop shots, but obviously because Super Arnie notices him, shoves the devil back in the car, and he takes 2 to the chest because, you know, he loves it.
And then the car somehow speeds off through New York City's traffic.
Yeah.
But when we see the point of view from the shooter, the whole place is gridlocked.
Well, yeah.
Completely bumper to bumper. So how is this big stretched limousine, 2 of them, waved away through the traffic? They couldn't.
But as well, as a security firm as well, wouldn't you think that like Arnie and them would have got into like the next car along to go with him? To the priority would be to get the guy out of there, not to go and chase the shooter down.
No, not in this film.
Well, obviously. I mean,
Luckily, Jericho's wearing a bulletproof vest anyways. He's laying on the floor.
yeah.
And then it calls for the helicopter to lower itself down about 4 foot above the traffic.
Bring the chopper down! Bring the chopper down, I tell you!
He missed it. He should have said, get into the chopper.
Get to the chopper!
As he's running into it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him. I was like, damn, he didn't say it.
He did not. He missed.
He had like
it.
2 or 3 scenes. He could have said it.
He missed a chance there, Arnie. That must be one of the biggest regrets of your life, dude.
He could have done it. He could have done it. Do you reckon it was copyrighted?
Possibly.
Yeah, probably. It's like Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Yeah. Why is
Can't
that
say that.
copyrighted?
Yeah.
Well, you can't say it then. We just been demonetized because you said, let's get ready to rumble.
I didn't say it the same way he does.
Let's get ready
Ready.
to rumble.
But you can't say that. Can't do that. That's
So he brings a chopper down and then they decide to get in and he's like, he's gone to the roof. We go to the roof. Go up. Go up. Anyway, so the chopper goes up. But the shooter's there waiting for them to come up because surely he should hear the pissing chopper coming up. But as soon as the chopper arrives, the guy's such a bad shot, apparently. Even though he just managed to take 2 perfectly nice shots on Arnie's chest.
exactly. I was about to say that.
Yeah.
He just forgot how to do it, didn't he?
And now he can't shoot a chopper.
A big helicopter was right next to him. So they have a little bit of a shootout on the roof. And basically, the gunman, for the next 10 minutes, is just running around in circles on the roof.
Yeah, basically.
He can't go anywhere, can he? Let's be honest.
No.
He's running around in circles. So then Schwarzenegger's stunt double jumps out the helicopter, As you can actually tell, it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger at this point. So it's dangling down like a puppet from the helicopter as the helicopter chases after the shooter who's running on the roof. Yes, you heard that right. There is a guy swinging from this helicopter about 4 foot off the ground, chasing somebody who's running. So it's not the most practical way to do it.
It's really not. So the shooter decides he's going to jump off the roof, and Arnie's obviously like, "Oh, get me closer!"
His legs are going all over the place.
He grabs the shooter just as he flies off the roof, and then the rope that was stuck now becomes unstuck, and they start rappelling down
Right, okay.
into the street.
Here's one for you.
Yeah, go on.
So, helicopters. I'm sure when they're going forward, they can't stop directly on the spot.
No.
Right? And the rope that they're hanging down on wouldn't stay perfectly still either. So I'm sure when that stopped, if it stopped in enough time between the two said buildings,
Yeah.
they would have gone.
Yeah, it would have
Side
been
of the
like
wall.
it would have been like a pendulum of Arnie and this shooter just
Splat.
splat.
And it won't be like a little soft bang either. It'll be like 50 miles an hour smash into the wall.
Yeah. Because you think, at the very least, the speed they were going was a full human running as fast as they can.
About 20 miles per hour.
Yeah. And then, yeah. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, they end up rappelling down all willy-nilly, and Arnie drops the guy, and he falls straight through a glass roof.
Right.
And survives.
This little section, by the way.
Yeah, go on.
Right. Because one thing that got me about all this, obviously, because I've put on my notes here, the shooter thinks he's Neo from the Matrix and tries to jump from roof to roof.
Yeah.
Right. But then when they're both hanging about 20 floors in the air, because it is about 15, 20 floor high in it, the
Yeah,
building.
it's like
It's quite a high
tall
building.
apartment building height.
They fall for literally 10 minutes. The camera angle changes about 15 times as they're falling and the guy's trying to shoot him.
Yeah.
It was silly. I was like, how long are they falling for? Camera angle, camera angle, camera angle, camera angle. They're falling in different directions and everything.
Because I know they're on a rope, but surely they must pretty much be at free fall.
It was a free fall by the looks of
Yeah.
it. I was expecting them to, like, hit the deck a lot quicker.
Well, he goes straight through that glass, doesn't he? And smashes, and somehow he survives. I'm thinking, oh, he's dead there.
Oh, it's newspapers.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, like you get cardboard boxes for the stunt guys, like
Yeah,
stacked
yeah,
up. You go,
yeah.
this guy's like, hold my beer, mate, get some newspapers. I think it works like that, mate.
No.
It'd be all right.
Fine. It's not like the glass would shred me or anything,
No.
or it's a small box. You know what shit like that reminds me of? You ever seen that film, The Other Guys?
Yes.
The one with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. When you have them, is it the Rock and someone else or something?
The Rocket, yeah, someone else who are like dead shit hot. And
Yeah.
then you got the other guys, haven't you? Like,
And they're on that roof and they're like, "What do you think, buddy?" And he goes, "Yeah, aim for the bushes." And they both just jump off like, "Ah!" And the next thing is at the funeral. It's basically that.
it is. It really is, mate.
So then Arnie comes down on his rope and starts running away. Now, I checked after speaking to you, and there isn't a scene when you see him take the rope off.
All right, don't you see it? Like, I thought it's on his side. He like unclips it.
It's on his back. It's like the rope's on his back, and he lands there, and then he just starts running. And I'm thinking,
So I think the rope fed through the grapple bit on the back,
yeah.
and then it comes down to the side. You can see his hand like holding the thing.
Oh, I don't know, but I was
just
just second watching. I was watching, and I'm like, I don't see him take it off because I'm just thinking. Imagine that he's running and he just goes, oh, gets pulled back, and as the helicopter fucks off.
That's what Leanne said to me though. She was like, he's just run off there, connected to the helicopter still. Is he pulling the helicopter along?
I know he's strong, like, but Christ, pulling the helicopter along. Anyway, so he follows this shooter guy into the subway, which. He seems to use this set quite a few times, but anyway.
They do actually, yeah, they do.
So they follow him into the subway, and then the guy shouts at him, 1,000 years has ended. You don't know what you've done.
You don't know what you've done, mate.
You don't know what you've done, you bastard. So then Arnie's like, shut up.
Takes his kneecaps out.
Yeah,
Well, he
shoots
don't take
him.
one kneecap out, does he?
No.
He fucking does him good. He takes you
no.
out. One for good measure, mate. You're not going to run away. Does the other one.
How dare you make me run? I just had heart surgery. Fucking hell. And then this is one of the best bits. Well, not the best bits of the film, but this made me laugh. He goes over and he's checking the guy out, and he opens his coat, and he's wearing a priest collar.
Yeah.
Right. So the shooter's a priest, but just to make sure he really is a priest, he pulls on it, and it's like, oh, it doesn't come off. He must be real.
Like it's the best one.
Yeah, it's like, because I was thinking if it did come off, he'd go, this guy's a phony. It comes right off. And it's like, why are you pulling on it?
It's a dinner bib.
Yeah. It's like, oh, priest collar. Oh, it's real. He's a priest. Oh.
Oh,
Well, then we cut the police have arrived, and so his partner arrives first.
yeah, Chicago.
And he's Chicago, and he's patting him down, like I say, checking he is a real priest. And then finds a little, is it a box of matches?
Yeah, Matchbox.
Matchbox, the stereotypical thing from a film when you need to know where someone's been. Everyone always takes a. Have you ever seen a place that gives you a box of matches?
No.
No, I haven't either.
No, but saying that, you could smoke inside back then, so it might be a bit different.
But even then, I smoked before the smoking ban came in, and I don't remember anyone ever giving me a box of matches.
I think we're anywhere fancy enough.
Maybe that was
Like the
it.
Hilton or something.
It's always like it's always like a dive bar or a strip club in it that they have them.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Funny enough, you mentioned it was actually a dive bar you went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dive bar.
So anyway, then the next thing is the police are there.
Marge.
We meet Marge. Big Marge.
Big Marge. She comes over, asks Jericho if he's still drinking. As Jericho mentioned, the guy was speaking to him. However, the guy's missing a tongue.
Yeah.
We can't be talking.
You got no tongue. Maybe you can talk. Hold your tongue.
And that's how Arnie sounds normally.
Exactly.
It's a good translation.
So maybe to an Austrian ear speaking English, it made perfect sense.
It made perfect sense.
Because Arnie's pretty
You're
much
right.
like, no, I'm not been drinking. What is your tongue? Get down! Put the cookie down!
That's when you say it anyway.
You're onto something there, mate.
I think so,
It does
mate,
when
yeah.
I say it.
What?
Yeah, what do you mean it does when I say it?
When you say it, yeah.
I do a perfect Arnie impression.
Okay.
Do your Arnie impression then.
Get into the chopper.
I mean, I think we do this on every Arnie
We do,
episode.
we
We
do.
do. Every single one. We're like, you do a shit impression, no?
We both do shit ones. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. We go,
Put
We
the
can't
cookie
do
down! So,
right then. But security firms, they are not part of the NYPD.
they are not.
No.
We
But
do
they both
lo-
have police badges.
We do learn a little later on that Arnie was a copper
Yes.
before the tragedy happened to him. Maybe they'd let you keep the badges when you leave.
No.
No?
No.
No?
No. It's called like abuse of power.
Well, they have that whole thing where they have to give their badge and the gun.
Yes. But however, Marge just openly gives all the information out to them that they have.
Yeah, Marge does not give a shit.
And this is not the only scene that she does that.
It is not.
It's very weird.
It is weird.
It
It is
is
weird the
weird.
fact that they're completely interfering with a police investigation. Not to mention that Arnie's just literally shot a guy's legs
Yes.
and not even a slap on the wrist.
No.
Just a good job, guys.
Good job, guys. Yeah. Catching the guy, that's part of your job that you normally do.
Yeah. Just
So,
yeah.
they find out where the priest lives by visiting one of the bars, and it's not exactly a warm
Did you
and
hear?
welcoming home, is it?
Did you hear what Arnie said? He said, I know from experience, or I know for a fact that if you get drunk in a bar and you get that drunk that someone has to carry you home, someone's going to know where you live. I know that from experience.
Or is it from experience?
Pretty much.
Right. I don't think that's a thing.
Huh?
I don't think that's a thing.
No,
No, they don't do like bartender/Uber.
no, did they both? Especially in the UK. I mean, if you got that pissed in the UK, it would kick you out. And if you fall asleep on the street outside here, that's where you are for the night, fella.
It is from past experiences.
Yeah. Although I knew a lad once,
Yeah.
Budgie. Speaking of which,
Not to mention names.
yeah. Well, anyway, he got that pissed in town one time that he walked home in the wrong direction, realised that he was walking home in the wrong direction, so ended up going round checking car doors. Right, anyway, long story short, he woke up the next morning with some guy banging on the car window going, "I've called the police, get out my car." Basically, he'd gone into someone's car and fell asleep on the back seat. And the guy had come out in the morning, found him asleep in his car because he'd left his car open.
Well, more fooling then, isn't it?
He called the police.
He didn't rob anything, just went there to get his head down.
I just wanted to sleep. He showed me the police thing the next day as well.
You get arrested for it as well.
He got a warning, but he got like they gave him like a slip or something.
That's
Classic,
funny.
mate. I've never
That's
been
funny.
that drunk.
No, just imagine getting up for work in the mornings like some guy sleeping in the back seat. You know, you doing?
Going out to your car. Imagine you 3 a.m, go out to your car to start your job, and you're like, imagine getting halfway to work and looking in the rearview mirror and seeing someone behind you. You go like, get a bottle from the back, like, what the fuck is that?
It's happened before, mate, most likely.
You'd shit yourself.
You think it's a fucking horror film?
I know.
You got some guy waiting in the back seat for you, but fell asleep. Like Mike Myers, fucking from Timu.
Waking up like, shit, where's my knife?
Oh shit, I've got to kill you. What?
Yeah.
What are you saying about that? Oh, nothing. I've just got to make a brew for you.
Nothing. I'm drunk, honest. I'm drunk. Oh, Jesus.
I'm not a psychopath.
Oh. But anyway, getting back to the film.
Priest's house.
Yeah, so they go
Full
to...
of crucifixes all over the place. Bible pages stuck on the wall. Text from the Bible written with lipstick all over the walls as well. And did you notice there was leaking from water pipes as well?
I honestly didn't notice because that place would haunt my dreams. If I had to live, I would rather live on the streets than live in that apartment. Did you see the state of the fucking thing?
There was no electrics or anything.
It was...
The walls were like,
That
not
was-
even... I don't know.
To call that a house is an insult to houses. I mean...
It's like a derelict bomb shelter, bomb place.
He was squatting there.
Got to have been.
Oh, mate, it was disgusting. It looked like... I mean, the walls were brown.
Yes.
And I don't think it was shit.
There's no electric or anything anywhere.
No.
What's saying that? There was electric. Because when they open up the door of a fridge, there's a fucking cat inside.
Yeah.
How long has that cat been inside for?
Fuck knows.
Did that guy just get a cat and just go, yeah, just throw it in the fridge?
Fucking... I told you not to come round here.
So that cat has got to have been in that fridge for about 2 fucking days. Right? At least 2 days. And then inside the fridge is a photograph inside a jar. What crack is this guy been smoking?
I don't know.
A cat is alive and a fucking glass jar with a photo in it. What a random combination for someone's fridge.
I know. What do you keep in your fridge?
I don't know.
A pussy and a picture of some pussy.
But another thing I don't keep in the side of my wall, which has been bricks hacked out of the fucking wall, is a tongue in a jar.
I know. Your own tongue.
Yes.
Oh, mate, they say this guy needed help.
Yeah, say the least, yeah.
Jesus
Say the
Christ.
least, mate. Say the least.
But yeah, one of the things written on the walls is a Bible passage from
1,000 years thing.
27. 1,000 years has ended on the wall. Oh yeah. So we get the picture in the fridge is of Christine, and then we get a quick cut to Christine putting some flowers onto a grave.
You have a dead parents.
Yeah, and then it cuts back, and the police barge in with their guns.
Yeah, a little bit of a standoff, and it's like,
Yeah.
please, stand up, don't shoot.
Surely by this point they're interfering with a police investigation.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what happens, instead of actual telling them off or saying you're interfering with our thing, you know, you're getting arrested, Marge proceeds to tell Jericho and Chicago everything they know about the priest, that he trained in the Vatican City, came to New York in 1981, and then disappeared 6 months ago after having a spiritual breakdown.
Now, this priest, is he the guy from the beginning? Who the Pope told him to go and keep an eye on the girl? Is that him?
Ooh, not sure.
Just with them saying that he worked in the Vatican, you know, the guy who discovered the eyebrow.
I'm not sure, actually, yeah.
Might not be. I just thought no.
Possibly. It is a possibility.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, that's why they probably mentioned it, to be honest with you, because he might have been in part of that party at the start.
Maybe.
Possible, yes.
But like you say, Marge empties out a handbag in front of them all, pulls out a fucking file, or may as well have, gives it to them and says, have a read of this.
Have a read.
Hey, I knew you guys would be here, so I made you a copy. She may as well have.
May as well have.
But then Chicago goes, well, maybe we should go look for the girl, and Arnie goes, and he goes, or a man, or the guy. But after Arnie's perfect cover-up, they walk out
In earshot
of two coppers who are stood there, and they're just walking past going, maybe we should go and look for this girl. And it's like, you didn't realise, like, I know you're trying not Marge to hear, but they are two police officers who are probably competent and probably realise there's an investigation going on. You know?
Yes.
They're not just...
Very strongly, mate.
They're not just props. Are probably going to go, oh, Marge loved, when they were walking out, they were just talking about some bird. They just
I think Marge probably heard them as well, because they were quite loud when they were saying it.
Yeah, well, Arnie's not a quiet dude, is he?
He's not quiet, is he? Not subtle.
You stupid Chicago, maybe she's going to look for someone. Get to the chopper!
Oh, shit. Now it cuts back to Christine, who is now on the subway getting harassed by the homeless albino we were seeing earlier on.
That guy is one weird-looking motherfucker.
Really weird.
Sorry, mate.
I think you've seen him in other films, you know, as well. I recognise him.
I thought that as well.
Yeah.
He's got a really weird look about him.
Yeah, like crazy crackhead.
He's got really bad crazy eye.
Crazy eyes.
Yeah, so go on, what were you going to say?
And then he proceeds to tell Christine that he's coming for you. He's going to fuck you. And then proceeds to fall to pieces.
He gonna fuck you, Christine. He gonna fuck you.
And he carries on talking whilst his face is on the floor in pieces. Like pottery or something.
Yeah, it's weird. She just turns the glass. But the one thing I want to know is, where did the money go? Because he comes over and she's like trying to read a magazine or something, and she looks up and she goes, oh, here you go, here's $10 or something. Well, he puts it in his pocket.
After it cuts back to her screaming,
yeah,
obviously the guy's disappeared. There's nobody there. It's all in her head. So I wonder if she just
$10 on the floor.
Yeah, it's just pulled it out. It's gone. The guy's like, "Can I have that next to her?"
But then she's screaming and everyone's looking at her like it's just another Tuesday. Well, another Wednesday on the bus.
Again, New York.
Hey, I'm walking here.
And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. Did you notice though as well, like who would go through riding that New York subway with all them creepy people with massive fucking diamond earrings on? She's just waiting to be robbed.
True.
90s New York, mate. Explosions going off everywhere. Creepy guys turning to glass. The devil's about.
There's about.
The devil's about. And
he is.
People are being shot in the streets. People are talking without tongues.
LSD, mate.
Cats making love to dogs. It's like, you know, all
in
types
fridges.
Yeah. Cats in fridges. Pictures of pussy in jars. It's like...
Now, the next scene.
Yeah, you think as well, right? If you were the devil and you were going to come back to try and bed a 20-year-old, you'd maybe come back as a bit of a younger model, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
Gabriel Byrne's
older.
Walking around looking like he's at least 45, 50, and she's 20.
Yeah. You'd hope he was someone a little bit hotter as well.
Yeah. And I mean...
Oh my God.
What?
Just imagine it being like today's like finger. The bird you're meant to be going with is an OnlyFans model. It's just been through 100 guys. You're like, what?
That what's her face? Lily Phillips or something?
Whatever her name is, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the other one who's banging all the students and all that. Just imagine it being one, and then you turn up there like, oh, fuck that.
Jesus.
Everyone's like,
Christ.
Sorry, mate, there's a queue. You have to wait outside. Like, what?
You want me to come in that? I'm not going to touch the sides. She's sticky.
It's even that, mate. Oh, she's like 35 stone. Like, some of them they're trying to make normal.
It's
weird.
Like, you were supposed to keep her good for me. Yeah, but she won't stop eating. Hey, Mr. Devil, man. Someone say steak. You want to fuck me, Mr. Devil, man?
That's what you'd be like, I'll come back in 1,000 years,
Yeah.
love.
Maybe next time.
Oh, shit.
So now we head back to Jericho's got off. And he just got home, starts drinking, and then he suddenly remembers, hold on, I've got a Bible in this place. I know where it is. It's in the cupboard, in a box.
In a box.
With
Because
my
everybody keeps
daughter's-
a Bible in a box,
I know.
in a cupboard.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 4.
In a box, in a cupboard.
Yeah, it's randomly.
Yeah.
But, you know, you
Or
never know
through
when they might
cupboards
need
around
it.
the house.
Might never know.
Do you have a little ballerina wind-up ballerina thing as well?
Oh, yeah, I've got one of them as well.
But at this point, we don't know anything about like his family and shit. All we see is he gets this thing out and goes, oh, and starts winding it up, and it's playing, and it's like, oh.
It's like he's got a weird fetish.
It's like he's got a weird fucking fetish. And it's like, Annie, what are you doing?
Oh, I loved
And
it
next
when I was a
thing is-
ballerina back in the day.
Next thing is he's on the bed, bit of sweat on him. It zooms across and you see tissues, baby lotion, and then you just see Arnie there finally getting reading the Bible, and he goes, 1,000 years. He goes 20,
7.
20,
7.
and it's like, right. So you got your Bible out, you spotted your little fetish thing, decided to have a quick wank, and now you finally got round to reading the Bible.
Pretty much, yeah. You know, that's what you normally do on a crazy Saturday night.
Oh no, right? Each to their own.
Along
isn't
with
it?
a pizza and a Chinese fucking blender. Good way to start your day, mate.
Oh yeah, breakfast of champions, that mate.
Oh, God. So, back at Christine's house now.
She's rich.
That's a fucking big house.
That is a big house.
That's a big house. It's like an apartment
You
block. She's got her own apartment for her
block.
bedroom.
I know.
It's,
Right. So I've got a question about this stepmom. Okay.
Mm.
Right. So we meet her in a minute, and we kind of find out that, you know, the midwife woman who took the baby is now her stepmom.
Yes.
Right. Her mum, when she gave birth, she was all right. You know, she was a nice blonde woman.
I can't remember, but go on.
Well, she wasn't stepmom ugly.
Right, okay,
So-
yeah, go on.
You're telling me that the mum dies, right? And then at some point, this woman marries her dad. The dad dies, and then she becomes the stepmom.
Right, is that where it happened?
That's how it happens, because later on the police mention that that's what had happened.
Right, okay, yeah, I didn't pay
Um,
attention about that bit.
But all I was wondering was, how do you go from Tasty Blonde to Miriam Margolyes? Drugs. Fair enough. Devil worship. There we go.
There you go.
Obviously.
Because the doctor, she makes a phone call off
Yeah.
about these hallucinations she's been having. He says, like, lay off the mushrooms a little bit. You know, you're taking a bit too high of a dose there. Maybe
Yeah.
tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it turns out to be the guy who pissed snake blood all over her at the start.
Yeah, he stuck his snake in her mouth in the beginning
Yeah.
while she was a baby.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely did that, yeah, with the
I
snake
probably
blood.
probably could have worded that a bit better. But he's like, oh, Christine, your dreams are just a creation of
He
your
sounded
own.
like he reminded me of like a Nazi.
He did look very Nazi-esque.
Yeah, like he spoke with a German accent a little bit, and he just looks like a stereotypical one when you see like Indiana Jones or something.
Well, yeah, he definitely wouldn't look out of place in an SS uniform.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Just the way he was behaving, obviously, as well.
Oh, yeah,
Being in the cult and whatnot.
in a bit cultish. But then the mum comes in and starts giving her a cuddle.
Yeah, I just want to be normal. I don't want these trippy visions or anything like that. And
It's
asks,
like-
what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me?
Nothing's wrong with you, Christine.
I'll tell you what's wrong with you, you shit fucking actress.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with you.
You're a
Without
shit
trying to
actress.
give any spoilers away from the award. Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're liking this so far, please like and subscribe. Woo!
Appreciate that. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. Do it
I
now.
know we can be a little bit crude and a little bit borderline on some certain subjects, but hey ho, we're having fun. It's all comedy.
Yeah,
Having
if
a
you don't
laugh.
like it, just don't watch.
Jericho is now at the church where the gunman used to practice,
Yes,
and he's asking questions about this guy.
yes.
And the priest in charge tells Jericho that there's another world out there and tells him that there's a girl that needs his help. Jericho gives him a nice little backstory about his wife and daughter. I shouldn't really say nice because it's quite a bad event, really, what happened. But anyway, it happened. The priest then allowed Jericho to walk around the basement of the church where they're doing top secret experiments on some poor Polish peasant.
That was weird as fuck. Yeah, so we find out later that it's a Polish peasant that for some reason they decided to bring to New York. Wouldn't
Yeah.
Rome be closer? Take it to the fucking Vatican. But we'll get to that in a bit.
That's a good question. Or was she born in Poland but living in America at the time?
Maybe, but he does
That's what I
describe
thought.
her as a Polish peasant.
But yeah, the way they actually say to her and the way she's dressed
Yeah.
makes you look like, let's say, you just picked her up from the streets type thing over in Poland.
Imagine the Vatican. Don't fucking bring her here. There's tourists about. Take her to New York.
Take it to go. It's like,
Hey, I'm walking here.
well, it turns out this Polish peasant has actually got stigmata, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Like the hands are bleeding and whatnot.
And she's speaking in tongues and all that shit. But the thing that I don't get about this, right? So
Is
He
it
goes
how
to the church and
relaxed everybody is? Like a stranger's just walking in.
oh yeah, no one seems to give a fuck. But not about that. But so he arrives at the church and he says to the priest, Thomas used to work here and what have you.
Yeah.
And he shot on my client. You'd think, right, okay, so Thomas he went a bit nuts, but he was all about shooting the devil. So it's like, wouldn't the priest be thinking, oh, maybe it was the devil he was shooting at, which means he's here and Thomas knew who he was. So wouldn't you want to grill Arnie to say, well, who is your client? Who is he? So you could maybe, I don't know, keep an eye on him.
Good point. Good point.
But the priest basically chastises him for drinking because he's pissed as a fart by that point because he's walking in like me and Punisher going, he used to work here. He killed my daughter. But yeah, when he goes downstairs, but you'd think you'd think when Jericho left the basement, he would have just gone 911. There's a bunch of crazy shit going on over in the church. You've got a woman tied up on a bed. He's like, they've put holes in her hands and shit. And she's talking in a weird language, and they're all just sat around watching her
With computers.
yeah, just trying to translate what she's saying. Surely you would, I don't know, maybe report it to. Maybe get Marge on the phone or something.
Yeah, maybe, because they are very close at sharing information.
Yeah, you might want to check out the basement of the church because there's some weird shit going on down there.
Very much so, mate. Very
Surprisingly, it's not young boys.
He has to go there again, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's
The next scene now, we see the devil going for a stroll around New York City, being followed by his private death metal band playing in the background with every single scene that he's in. Did you pick up on it?
I did notice it. Yeah. It was nice of them to leave signposts for him, though.
It was, yeah. It's just following like spray paint everywhere. Yo, I wonder if anybody else can just follow this path.
I know.
Like, follow the yellow brick road, anyone?
Because it's like there's a horseshoe on the bench, and then there's something on the floor in the middle of a crosswalk, and then there's a thing on the wall, and he's like, you think like to him it's just like in his language, and it says, "Go down here, turn left."
Could have been.
But he
Like
turns
a
up,
tourist signpost or something, wasn't it?
yeah, and then he turns up at the main kind of devil priest guy who's a therapist. Turns up at their house. They're having a nice family dinner with his wife and daughter.
This is very weird.
And then the devil comes in and, like, for some reason, he automatically knows it's him. He goes, "It's you." And it's like, "Yes, it's me." Anyway, he goes,
Like, who are you thinking about? It's just so we're on the same page.
Yeah, just the devil?
Can I have your daughter?
Yeah. But he does. He goes, "Oh, so that's your wife and daughter?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, and next thing
I've got an idea.
The mum and the daughter are banging the devil.
Yeah. They're having a really, really weird threesome with really bad CGI at the same time. Because the legs and the hands are kind of like blending into one and they're morphing into each other and shit.
I just didn't know whether that was bad CGI or whether that was supposed to be what was happening.
I don't know. But it was really, really weird.
But then
There's a few weird scenes in this though, isn't there?
But then the mum who he's banging at the time, personally, I'd have gone for the daughter first.
Yeah.
But anyway, maybe he was working his way to that. But then suddenly she turns into Christine.
Yep.
And then it cuts to Christine waking up from a dream. And it's like, all right then.
Yeah.
It's just a random as fuck scene.
It's bizarre.
It is bizarre.
It's completely bizarre when it happened. I was like,
First of all, like, there are a lot of, like, pornos out there that I believe I don't watch any porn myself, but I believe there's quite a few out there where it's like, the mum and daughter or the mum and the stepmom and stuff like that. But you think that type of shit in real life kind of disgusts me a bit? Imagine like a mum and daughter kind of banging together.
yeah, it's a bit incesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit silly.
Incest.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Game for the whole family.
It is, mate. And then with his death metal band still playing behind him, the devil then makes a visit to the hospital where they keep the crazy priest. He tells the guard watching over Thomas that he knows that he's a nonce, and,
He says, the young boys you seduce have left their scent upon you. And he's like, all right, come right in. Doesn't even try and deny it, does he?
No.
Remember who you serve. I think he's getting his child porn from the devil.
I think he has been.
Bit sick now.
He says, doesn't he, like, remember who you serve?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's Savile.
Jimmy Savile.
It is.
Now then.
And now, for some strange reason...
He walks up to the guard like, now then, are you going to let me through, lad? You know I love coming to these hospitals.
He's going to the hospital as well.
I know. Why have they got Thomas in a plastic bag?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've seen it when, like there's a burns victim or someone like that, and they use it to stop them getting infections. But he wasn't burned. He was shot in the knees. But for some reason, the top half of him is in a plastic bag.
It's like E.T.
It was, yeah. It's like,
It was fucking E.T. bag.
Yeah.
No reason whatsoever.
But
then, for some strange reason, though. What?
An E.T. bag. I don't know why that tickled me. Well,
And then, for some strange reason, though, the NYPD detective, Marge, is now visiting Thomas along with Jericho in Chicago.
yes. What's that about?
Why?
I don't know. But the other thing as well, right? They walk in and he's obviously they're
Pinned to the
crucified
roof.
and so
Yeah.
on, right? So, but then Jericho is there having a go at the copper who let the devil in,
Yeah.
saying, "You mustn't let someone in," and he's like, "No. I swear to God, I did not let anyone in." And he's like, "You did," and I'm thinking, well, why is Jericho having a go at this copper? He ain't got no authority.
True. Yeah, he hasn't.
No.
Not whatsoever.
This is when it kind of cuts to the scene of the devil watching telly in the street for some reason, and then that skater kid. This is kind of in between
Yeah.
the whole thing. So
Yeah, so Skater Kid gets killed, knocked off by the bus by the devil.
yeah,
But like I say, with Thomas now, he's pinned up on the roof,
yeah,
and there's loads of blood dripping down. He's had his throat cut.
yeah.
So there's loads of blood dripping everywhere. And for some reason, the doctor happens to know Latin.
Latin. Yeah, that's what I
Is that
thought.
part of his studies?
I know. He just happens to read Latin. The doctor who's there.
The language which, like, nobody speaks.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. So that's convenient. What's even
Convenient.
more convenient is that he reads part of it that's in English and he says Christ in New York.
Yeah.
And Thomas wakes up and the copper shoots him.
Yeah.
Fair enough. He was acting a bit crazed. I'd probably shoot him if I had a gun on me. But anyway, as they're walking out, Jericho somehow comes to the conclusion that it could be, Christine York?
IQ 7,000, mate.
Yeah. He goes, Christ in New York. Maybe it's not Christ in New York. Maybe it's Christ York, or maybe Christopher York, or Christine York. And I'm like, bob on. Maybe we should look for a Christine York in the database. Oh, look, there it is. And it matches the picture we took from the fridge.
You know what? It made me laugh, though.
Fucking stupid.
The way it was coming through like it was a fucking number generator.
Yeah.
It was like, all these different licenses popping up, different faces. It's like, I'm sure it doesn't do that when you type in Christine York.
You have to
You
get
won't go through every person.
all the way to the Y's. What the fuck? But the thing is, right, in this whole film, that's the most unbelievable bit.
Yeah.
That he would just come up with Christine York from Christ in New York.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's good writing from the actual writers, the way they did it.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But the way it came to conclusion maybe wasn't...
I mean, that is literally... I don't believe that. I believe everything else in this film could happen, except for that.
Except for that. Especially when it's a 6-foot fucking bodybuilder Austrian does it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It wasn't like Stephen Hawking's style character, was it?
He wasn't.
Do you know
No,
what I mean?
no, he wasn't the sharpest
Yeah,
tool in the
we've
shed.
seen him so far. He comes across as a washed-up bum who's trying to end his life.
Basically.
Yeah.
And he's for some reason following up on this lead, which is far beyond his job. He ain't getting paid at this point.
Nope.
It's like, literally, your client is walking around shagging fucking mothers and daughters. He's fine.
Technically, he's working for the devil.
Well, do you think they bill him for all this shit at the end of it?
That's how they find her in the end. Arnold fucking gives her like a manifest like of everything that he's found.
Yeah. By the way, here's your bill.
Here's Bill, by the way.
Devil gets back to hell. Oh, this just arrived in the post for you. The fuck?
Cheeky bastard.
Cheeky fucking man. I didn't sanction any of this.
Fucking helicopter. Fucking hell's going on here?
He spent how much on lunch? How much whiskey does this guy drink? What do you mean he stayed in the fucking fancy hotel?
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Christine now is working out in a private gym inside massive house she's got whilst trying to turn Italian for some reason.
Yeah.
And then she gets off this machine and she walks around the house as if she's got a broom shoved up her ass.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And she's the heaviest foot walker I have heard in a long time in a film.
Footwalker.
Honestly. It's like, oh, there's Christine again walking across the corridor.
Quick, she's coming.
She walks like, honestly, she's got something stuck up her ass or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's really weird. It's like half on her tiptoes, but yet stamping her feet at the same time. It's like, you fucking weirdo.
I'll be honest, I didn't notice. All I saw was boobs.
Oh, yeah, she gets boobs out as well.
Oh, yeah. The one thing I've got right is that she goes to turn the shower on. She gets undressed. She turns the shower on, and then she looks down, and there's a pile of blood.
She's like, shit, it's that time in the month.
Yeah, shit in hell. If I just come on, where's me tampons? She looks over, and there's a dead guy in the bath. No.
It turns out, mate, a stepdad just wanted a bath.
I don't think it was a stepdad.
A dead stepdad.
Was it a stepdad?
Yeah, a dead stepdad wanted a bath.
I thought it was the butler guy who came to get her. I don't know. I might be wrong, but what I don't get is why the people that have killed him have slit his throat, put him in the bath, and then ran a bath for him.
Yeah, because would have dragged him to the bath.
Yeah, but why was the bath full of water? Because he was like fully clothed.
Yeah, and the bath wasn't running.
No.
So they've stopped running the bath as well at the same time.
Yeah. Who was he running the bath for? Because she was about to take a shower.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, that, does
No.
it? So like you say, they've killed him, dragged his body across the floor, ran him a bath, put him in the bath with his clothes on, stopped running the bath, and then...
Just thought, hopefully she won't notice.
Where were they hiding?
I don't know.
Because she's having a workout next door,
Yeah.
in the next room, like...
Well, they did hear her coming, obviously.
Yeah, true. It's like, shit. Run,
Yeah.
hide. Also,
then-
if you watch it again, listen to the footsteps. It's ridiculous.
And then a bunch of priests come in and try and kill her. Words I never thought I'd say. Right? But she manages to lock all the doors, but they bust through. So she throws a bedside table out the window.
And again, New York City.
Hey, I'm walking here.
That's it.
No
They're
one-
just carrying on walking for the arse.
No one gives a
It's a normal
fuck.
day in New York.
It's like, oh, they must be having a domestic up there. But then they put her on the bed. One of the main ones who I recognise him from somewhere. But
I recognised him from
all
somewhere.
I was looking at him and like, this dude looks like Eric Cantona.
Oh.
Hey,
The egg.
you don't reckon?
No.
I thought he did. I'm gonna Google Eric Cantona now because I forgot what he looks like. Eric.
No, nothing like him. He looks more like the French footballer. Zidane.
Eric Cantona.
Oh, Zidane.
Oh, Zidane.
Yeah.
I knew it was someone like that. You don't think he looked a bit like Cantona with a goatee?
I can see a little resemblance, I suppose, on the older Cantona ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so he gets on top of her and starts reading her the last rites. And it just so happens that Jericho and Chicago are walking down the street. They don't
Perfect
bother to
timing.
notice the bloody thing in the middle of the path.
No, do not
The
mention anything
bedside
like that, do
table. They just hear her going, "Ah,
Help me, help me.
So Jericho goes, oh, time to use my gun.
Again.
Yeah.
No, because he's a police officer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But not really, is it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
So they have a bit of a shootout. Jericho throws one of them down the stairs.
Yep.
One of him yeets himself out the window. Just randomly.
Randomly, yeah.
And then Christine fights back and manages to get the other guy off him just before he stabs shit
I
out
don't
of her.
understand that. How did she manage to roll?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
For her to roll, he's got to lift his leg up
Well, yeah.
because he's sitting on top of her at this point.
Maybe he just got a bit excited as he went like that to put the knife down. He just kind of lifted his leg up a bit and she took the opportunity.
Well,
Probably not.
yeah, probably not. Probably not.
But then Jericho manages to come in just at the nick of time.
Managed to get that pendant off him as well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he then chucks himself. Well, he doesn't chuck himself. He runs out of a window. And then it turns out the guy on the stairs is gone. Randomly.
So it all just disappeared.
Yeah. And then the police arrive.
And what happened? March gives him more information again.
Again, lets them stay around to just check out the crime scene and doesn't ask them to move on or say, why were you even here again? Interfering with a police investigation.
Again.
You realise you're private security and you've got nothing to do with this. Who's hiring you to do all this shit?
Yep.
Who your billable hours going to? But no one.
Yes.
No one seems to bother to answer that. This is where we learn that Christine's parents are dead and the nanny married the dad after the mum had died and then the dad died. But then Jericho is looking on the landing and he's like, what are these things in this cabinet? I've never seen this type of thing before.
Just a random book he grabs, doesn't it?
It's a book.
Yeah, but
No,
what book was it?
I don't know. But
It had sort of information about the Vatican Knights.
yeah.
Randomly.
He goes to Christine. He says, "So is your stepmom? Is she into like Christianity and religion and all that?" And she's like, "Nah, it's more of a hobby." And it's like, "So she is then, right? Okay."
No, it's just a hobby.
It's like that's what she says.
Yeah, my spare time, I like to research about the Vatican City Knights.
Yeah.
I
All
do.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Knights Templar.
So do you want to stand up, love, and just let us know what are your hobbies? I like religion. I like reading about Vatican Knights. It's like, all right then, love. He finds a little wind-up toy, like his little girls.
Yep.
She has a go at him for touching it, which is right, to be honest.
Yeah.
The mum comes in and thanks Jericho and says, "Oh, thank God you were here. Let me feel your muscles." And then he steals one of the books on the way out.
Yeah. And then they sit inside the car, which is watching now outside. So now you got a police officer
Yeah.
sat on patrol, waiting outside the house, along with Chicago in his van.
Yeah.
So Jericho reads through the book, sees the pendant, and goes, 7,000 IQ. Puts
Yeah.
them together. Goes back inside.
Well-
And on the phone at the moment, the mum is on a phone call with the doctor guy
Yeah.
and tells her, obviously, she can't get
There's got
Christine out
police
the house
outside.
due to the police officer and Chicago.
But before Jericho goes back into the house, so Chicago's talking to him saying, "Oh, I should be on a date at this point," and he's like, "Oh, you know, what, you got rid of your blow up doll." He's like, "No, I've got an actual date and all this stuff," and he's like, "But instead, I'm sat here watching this woman's house for free." And he's moaning about that.
I don't blame him.
No, I don't.
I don't blame him.
I don't. So yeah, so she basically says to the devil guy, I can't bring him to the temple. The devil's not very happy.
I mean, it's a little bit over the top reaction from the devil, isn't it?
Yeah. So he kind of puts his fist through the guy's head.
Literally.
Literally.
Through his face.
Straight through the face. I suppose, though, if he needs him to come back, he can bring people back to life.
Would he have a hole in his face still?
Maybe. But I'm sure he can work with that. I mean, he's got a pretty thick accent anyway, so you probably can't understand what he says after time.
True. Christine now has an apple.
Oh, yeah. So he's asking her about this book and stuff like that, and then Christine, for some reason, just decides to get an apple from the table, chop it open, and as it opens up, at first it looks like maggots.
He looks like maggot people.
But then it changes to, like, people in, like maggot people.
Yeah.
And she freaks out, and Jericho goes, "I saw it too!" Dun, dun, boo. So obviously they both got the same dealer.
Yeah, definitely have.
Yeah.
Been laced with something, hasn't it?
Yeah. But then the mum comes in. Right. So, So then in the meantime, the devil arrives on the street. and he sees the cops in Chicago staking the place out. We learned that Jericho, in the meantime, used to be a cop anyway, so then this is when she cuts the apple open, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm a bit lost in my notes. So the devil is like, oh, how am I going to get past these guys? Oh, I really need a piss at this point. So he goes and has a piss.
Yep.
And as he's pissing, the piss is kind of going down the street under the truck.
Yep, napalm piss.
Napalm fucking piss. To the point where Chicago's in the van and he's going, I smell piss.
It was like,
I just pissed myself.
fucking how's that smell?
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Jesus.
Steps outside.
Throws a cigarette over, blows the truck up, blows the fucking police car up. The
6
thing I don't
seconds
get
later.
at this point, right, is then the windows at the front where Jericho and Christine are in the house blow through, and then the mum runs in. Right, why doesn't the mum just play it cool and go like, what's going on? What's going on? Come on, we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
And maybe lead them towards where the devil is. But instead, she walks in and just goes full on satanic Satan fucking crazy mode.
Can we mention something about her strength?
She has got devil. I don't know. Yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger is about 6.5 foot.
yeah.
Brick shithouse.
Brick shit out.
And this woman is about 4'6",
Yeah.
and she's picking him up, just launching him around, smashing his head off the piano, gets him crushed with his piano, thinking, "What the fuck's going on here?"
No.
It was so bizarre.
She goes full on psycho old lady mode. But like, even when she's crushed him with the piano, she then grabs him by his hair, throws him against the wall, and then he's then literally struggling with her while she's kind of like fighting back. But he's literally like, "Argh." And I'm like, dude, you could probably just pick her up with one hand and throw her.
I did like the bit though when he picked her up and smashed her head into the coffee table.
That was funny.
It was like a
Get
little
down.
doll.
But I just don't get why she goes full on psycho mode. But then she's like that to Christine, going, "Have I not given you everything I want?" And I'm like, if I was Christine, I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Imagine someone who's basically your mum has just decided to go psycho and start twatting some guy. You'd be like, "What is going on?" And then when he throws the mum through the table, Christine just goes, "No!" And then that's it. Never talked about again.
Never talked about it again. But then the dude's tropey thing, instead of running out the back door,
Yeah.
you go, "Do you know what? Let's go upstairs.
Upstairs. Yeah.
Let's run upstairs, shall we?"
So the devil comes through the fire and he's like, again, doesn't get burnt.
No.
Clothes get burnt.
Yep.
Not even a singe.
Nothing.
And he's like, "Christine, I've been waiting for you.
I've been waiting
It's-
for you, Christine.
It's fucky time."
Pretty much.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm so wet." And then the devil goes over to the mum and goes, "You had a simple job," and kills her.
Pushes the glass into her neck.
Yeah. But that's it. That whole situation could have been handled a lot better by that mum.
Yes. Yeah, slightly.
Yeah. Like I said, she could have just gone, "Oh no, what's going on? Come with me. Oh, this guy will help us." Not knowing, because at this point, neither of them know that he's the devil.
No, they don't actually.
No, so
Don't
they
know what
could
he
have just
looks like,
gone,
do
"Oh, this guy can help us. I know this man. He's a lovely man. Christine, you go with him. Go on, you'll be safe with him." Because you trust your mum.
Yeah.
But no, she decides to just go full on psycho mode.
It was bizarre,
Jesus.
mate. It was bizarre.
It was. And then they go to the back alley, and then Marge and some copper arrives and start shooting at them.
Why is Marge's legs so far apart?
Oh, I don't know. I
Did you
didn't
notice that?
I didn't notice.
She was
no.
literally doing a Van Damme split, stood there in a fucking alleyway for some reason. It was really weird.
No, I didn't.
She just stood there like, "Hey, Jericho, where are you doing?" The legs like that, dead far apart. It's like, why is she stood like that?
Maybe she's just trying to let air get to it.
It was me. It was. I was expecting a fucking baby to drop out. Oh, shit.
What would happen though is that like they just come around the corner and they just start opening fire. How pissed off would the devil be if they'd accidentally hit Christine though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, mate. They didn't hold back, did they?
But then Jericho throws his gun out, and he walks out, and for some reason they don't shoot him straight away when he walks around the corner.
Trope.
And he's like, "Put your hands up," and he puts his hands up, and then you can literally see him doing this in his sleeve. "So Marge, how come you're a devil worshipper now?" And I'd be like,
Where's my gun?
"Shit, it was here somewhere. Oh God, it fell right down. 1 second, Marge. There's a fucking gun somewhere here." Oh shit!
He's alright, he's got 2 guns.
Christine, check over there. As the gun fell on the floor. I did have 2 on me and the gun.
You could tell that a mile away, couldn't you?
Hey?
You could see that a mile
yeah.
away where he was trying to do.
Yeah, when he's like got his hands and he's literally like, "So Marge, get to the chopper." and then he somehow manages to pull them out and shoot them both.
Yeah.
And then the devil
It's
comes
Marge
over.
and the Nancy cop, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the devil comes by and he goes, "Marge, I still need you."
Gets a radio for backup as well for the police to
Yeah.
start looking for him. Oh my God, right.
And then Jericho goes to Christine, "Why are they after you? I don't understand. What's this about? Why are they after you?" And she goes, "I don't know. Why are they after me?" And it's like, why have you just asked him when he's just asked you, when both of you don't know what's going on? Do you want to... It's like, why would he be asking you what's going on if he knew? Why are you asking... What?
I'm not going to tell you, though. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
No.
Tell me what it is. Okay, been on wet dreams about a devil. Get me.
She says, he's been banging me in my dreams all my life. So when you were like 2 years old, you'd be waking up and go, "Some man raped me." It's like, what?
Yeah, the way she says it, though, isn't it? It's like, all my life.
All
you've been
my
having
life.
This dream.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm hoping you were dreaming that you were older at the time. You don't want to get in some Epstein situation on the go.
He's been having sex dreams since she was 2 years old. What?
Yeah. That was her saying it, by the way, not
Yeah,
us.
that's not
That's
us.
her,
No,
not us.
she literally says, I've been making love to him my entire life in my dreams," and he'd be like, "What? Okay, you're only 20, love." And then she's like, "I'm afraid though, I want to fuck him too."
I can't resist if he comes to me. That's
know.
my problem.
He comes on me. He's gonna Megan fucks me.
So Jericho decides it'd be a great idea to take her to the church where Thomas used to practice at,
Yeah.
and tries to get help from one of the priests. The priest shows Jericho, the old woman from earlier, who was speaking the old Latin language, and her hands have now healed. The priest gives us information about the devil and his return from earlier in the year of 1999, and Christine has the symbol of the devil over the birthmark on her arm.
Yeah, because he says, do you know what the number of the beast is? And she goes, yeah, 666. No, it was upside down and reversed. It's actually 999, as in 1999.
You're kind of missing a digit there, mate.
Yeah, no, it wasn't 1999. It was It would have made more sense if it was like 1,000, because he comes back every 1,000 years. Because otherwise, yeah, he'd come back in 999, the year 999, but then 1,000 years after that would be 9998.
Yeah, true.
So surely he should have been here in 98. He's a bit late, isn't he? All right then. So then, yeah, have you seen this mark before? She goes, yes, it's my birthmark. Oh, sorry, that's my tattoo. It's my birthmark. And then this is when Arnie goes, midnight in New York, how do you know it's... And he goes, oh, no, it's to do with celestial alignment, because that makes more sense. Okay, yeah, right.
Just in the stars.
Yeah, and that just... So the celestial alignment just happens to fall at midnight in New York time.
Mm-hmm. Instance.
What if she was born in, like, London or something? Like 5 hours behind or whatever.
I don't think it...
What would it be like? Needs to have sex with her by 7 o'clock in the evening or something? I don't know. I'm thinking too much into it.
I think they rounded it up to the nearest one, so New York was the best timeline.
Yeah. But they also say that a man's body was also chosen.
Yes.
So when the devil's having issues banging the bird, why doesn't he go for the dude? Would that mean that the devil would then have to carry the baby?
What?
Well, the priest says that a man's body was also chosen.
Yeah, the man.
Yeah.
who he's walking around, Gabriel.
Is that who he means?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
So that character
Yeah.
who went into the restroom,
Yeah.
he was chosen. His body was written in the stars to get taken by the devil.
See, I
then
thought it meant
used
that she was
to go for him.
chosen, and that there was also a male equivalent in case the devil decided to come back into a female body.
No. That was the guy who was looking for her.
But if that's the case, then nearish the end when
It doesn't make sense then, does it?
Jericho goes, yeah, okay, we'll come to that. But apparently he goes Jericho rightly again, using his IQ of 700, goes, well, if the devil's real and everything, and all this shit's real, where the fuck's God?
Mm.
And the priest goes, God wants us to save ourselves. Have you spoken to him recently, have you?
God's like, yeah, crack on with it. Don't worry about it.
I'm just going to see how this plays out. Hey, fuck it.
Here's one for you.
What?
So in the whole of the Bible,
Yeah.
supposedly, I've never read it myself, but supposedly the devil actually only kills 8 people.
Does he?
But yet, he's the evil one.
Oh. God kills a lot more than that.
He does. Look at Noah's Ark, for example. Wipes
I
out the
know.
fucking earth.
I know. I know.
City of Jericho.
Wasn't that something to do with like the Nephilim?
Yeah, the city of Jericho, because they're all sinners. So God instructed them to destroy the city.
No, because I don't know if it's in the Bible or what or something, but I seen something years ago where it was something like apparently some angels came down and started fucking humans, and they made a race of people called the Nephilim, I think, which were kind of half angel, half human. And God didn't like it very much and thought it was an abomination, and then decided to bring a great flood,
Probably.
rid the earth of them. I don't know. I might be getting
Is that for Noah's Ark?
Something like that,
Yeah, but the city of Jericho, though,
Hmm.
the reason the city was destroyed, because they're all sinners.
yeah. Right.
So
Like-
they had
like
to
Sodom
destroy
and
the whole
Gomorrah.
place.
Um,
More than 8 people living there, mate.
aye.
Not taking sides.
So now she decides to stay with the church people,
Yep.
even though not long ago a bunch of priests came in to try and murder her.
Mm. But-
So,
Look what happens 2 minutes later.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then we get a cut back to the Pope, who, fuck me, how old must this guy be now? Because like in 1979 he was frail as fuck in a wheelchair, and now it's like 20 years later and he's still in a wheelchair. So what the
Yeah.
And then he's made aware that the girl has been found, and he
Yep.
goes, he sat there and he goes, good. The force is strong with this one.
Ooh.
It's like, quick, put the chastity belt on her.
Get locked up.
Problem solved.
Men in
Chastity belt
tights.
with a fucking cross on it.
Exactly. Men in tight style.
Yeah.
Pisses out holy water.
And then
Just a squirter.
she's a square. That's what they could do, bless her vagina.
Yeah.
So as soon as he sticks his dick in it,
Burns.
it burns.
Well,
Burns like
saying
a-
that, I don't think that will hold up anyway, because as we're seeing a bit anyway.
Yeah, you walk straight into that church later on.
Yeah.
But then we're back at Jericho's pad, and he gets a visit from the devil.
Just chilling out in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's
Now,
just
I've
like,
skipped over quite a lot of this on my notes. I don't know how much in depth you've gone.
I've gone fairly. So he taunts him over the meds that he's on.
Yeah.
Tells him, like, as a dig that he shouldn't be taken with alcohol. And then he shows him a vision of his wife and daughter.
Who very briefly gets murdered in the next room straight away.
Yeah, so the little girl's moaning that daddy's never home. And he offers to give him his family back. And he's like, look, tell me where Christine is, and I will give you your family back. And Arnie's like, but it wouldn't be real. And he's like, well, who gives a fuck, dude? I will give them back to you. Give them back. And he's like, to be honest, as much as I look like I miss them, kind of like the single life.
Yeah, I like the peace, yo. I
Peace
can go out when I want.
Peace and fucking quiet. I can, pretend to shoot myself whenever I want. I can keep guns lying around the house, I don't have to clean up. I can eat off the floor. I mean, look how clean this place is in this hallucination.
I go to
don't
strip
like
bar
it.
every other night.
Every other fucking night. And he's like, shit. And then he goes, well, fine. I will kill them. And he gets men burst through the door.
Right. This section. So
Yeah.
when the guys come through the door,
Yeah.
I understand if the bullet was to hit them, it would go through them because they're not
Yeah.
really there. It's like
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
imagination. So is he letting shots off and the neighbours are just like thinking, what the fuck's going on? Right? He starts letting random shots off at the guy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I say random shots because he hits everywhere other than the people. He shoots his lampshade out. He shoots the TV. He shoots the fucking fireplace. It's like, you're not actually aiming at these people, eh? You're just randomly fucking shooting around the room.
Panic fire!
It was. It was like stormtrooper aim.
It was.
But we've seen how good of an aim he is, and we see later on how good of an aim he is.
Yep.
So why was he shooting a fucking lampshade, which was in the middle of the room when the guy stood over there?
Good point. The other thing as well is like he's not hitting any of them because obviously they're not real. But he goes to jump through one of them, misses, like obviously doesn't go through, but he goes through the guy.
Yeah.
But then the Christmas tree is real.
Yes.
And then he smashes into the Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree falls over.
He likes to pick and choose what's real.
Yeah, and then they take the.
That's a good point, actually. You wouldn't have went through the tree as well and hit the wall.
Even like when he picks the ornament up off the tree and then drops it on the floor. It's like, why are they real, but the men aren't? Anyway, so they take the mother and daughter into the bedroom, close the door, you hear a couple of gunshots and some screaming, and then he goes in and he's like, how much fucking blood was in that bedroom? There was only 2 gunshots went off.
And what's the point in dragging him from the bathroom to the bedroom to just kill him? Like, just shoot him in a fucking bath?
I know! What difference is it going to make?
None.
Dramatic effect. But anyway, so he walks in the room and there's blood everywhere. There's blood smeared up the wall everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck went on in here? That was more. Surely the more. Where did you shoot them? You must have shot them in the jugular and he's spraying out. I mean, the amount of blood that was everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he smashes the mirror and the illusion ends. And he goes, you're a choir boy compared to me. I'm like, you're calling the devil a choir boy.
Mm.
And then obviously he tells him, go to hell.
Go to hell.
So
Devil gets pissed off, picks him up by one hand, throws him through the fucking window.
Jericho shoots him and he heals himself. So
Straight
again,
away.
why did he need security at the beginning? He could have took them bullets like a champ.
Yeah. Would have given him away a little bit, though.
Unless he had like put like little crosses or something on the bullets or blessed them. Don't know.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so why did he need fucking security when he could just heal himself like the pissing Terminator?
It would have given his like disguise away. He
Yeah,
just
but-
healed in front of everybody.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have had so many people around him if he hadn't hired security.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
But then, yeah, he throws him out the window and he manages to hold on to the glass and the glass goes through his hands.
Through his hand, and now that's got to hurt like hell.
I mean, it hurt me and I was just watching it.
And he kind of stands on his fingers.
Yeah.
Right, on Jericho's fingers, on Charles' glass. I'm sure that would slice his fingers off.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the glass went straight through. That was minging.
Then, like I say, he's pushing his foot down onto it as well. And it's at this point as well, you see the safety rope holding the stunt guy up. He's hanging from the window, yeah, from his chest. You see the guy going, and he's got like the rope from his chest.
Shit in hell.
I was like, oh, okay. You didn't CGI that one out, did you?
He does the old trope though, doesn't he? Give me your hand. And he goes,
Yeah.
brings his hand back.
hand.
Grab my strong hand, child. Grab it.
Just grab it.
The devil leans over to grab it and Jericho pulls him out the window.
Rope a dope.
Yep.
He
And
falls 6 floors down onto a car, smashes. Obviously, New York City.
Hey, I'm walking here. But then he climbs himself back out the window.
Yeah.
Back into the window, should I say. And then it's like, oh, I've got this massive gash in my hand. I know what I'll do. I'll just put a tea towel around it, all fixed.
Yes. That's what
it.
you normally do.
Don't need to go to the hospital or nothing. No need
No.
to worry about infection.
No blood.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was just a clean wound, wasn't it?
It was just clean as fuck. Quick run under the tap. Put bandage round it. Jobs are good. He's hard, innit?
Now, I did like this scene, if we're going to be honest with you.
Banging at the door.
He bangs on the door. He's like, oh shit, who could this be? Looks out the window. Devil's disappeared.
Yep.
With the devil. Opens up the door. Chicago!
Chicago!
What's Chicago doing here? And understandably, Jericho's a little bit suspicious of Chicago at this point.
Yep.
So he's like, it's you, isn't it? He's like, yeah, of course it's me. Shoots him in the fucking half. Right? Because he thinks it's the devil at this point. He
And he
goes,
calls
you're
him a
bleeding.
pussy.
Of course I'm bleeding. You shot me. I just needed to find out. Well, you find out now, haven't you? Stop being such a pussy. It's just a scratch. But But to be fair to Jericho, he's been shot in the arm. He doesn't go to hospital or anything.
Oh, no.
He doesn't bandage it up or anything. Just goes,
Don't worry about it. I've got a spare tea towel. Quick
just
run under
carries on the
tub.
rest of the day.
He does. But then they come up with a little plan to go and grab Christine and leave town. And he goes, okay, just tell me where she is. And then he gives some weird ass kind of like, he looks at him like I don't trust him yet. He goes, okay, she's at the church. And I'm like, don't tell him.
I would have said, meet me at Central Park.
Yeah.
We'll meet you there.
I will bring you the girl.
Yeah. And then
Yep.
don't do it.
So then, we cut to the church, and a bunch of other priests / cardinals arrive.
Now, one of the cardinals was here.
Yeah,
He is one from the Vatican City that we've seen at the start.
who wanted to kill the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not aged at all.
No.
Not aged at all in
No.
20 years.
20 years. I know.
Young whippersnapper still.
The blood of young boys will do that to you.
It will, mate. It will.
So then, Christine just happens to notice that one of the guys that he brought with them is the same guy that was on top of her trying to read the last rites.
Yes.
So they try to do the whole thing again, and then Jericho just arrives at the nicker time, and shoots the knife, shoots the blade, and then another guy goes to stab him, and he shoots him, and he goes,
same
I
guy?
can do this all day. Yeah.
It's the same dagger.
Oh, is it the same dagger?
Yeah, it literally shattered the dagger. So he carries on trying to stab it with the shard that's left on the dagger.
And then, none of these guys, who before had a massive shootout with Jericho in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
happened to bring any guns with them.
And I'll be honest with you, if I was Jericho and I've been fighting these guys before who had guns,
Yeah.
you know, they're trained, they know how to shoot and stuff, right?
Yeah.
He literally walks over, dead casual, with his gun out, walks in between 3 or 4
I
of
know.
them, and then just holds it up to the guy's face.
I was thinking that.
I say, mate, you're getting a little bit too close there. They could
that-
easily just grab the gun. Since you got, like, one hand anyway, because you got one covered with a tea towel.
Well, that's it. And one of them could have just reached underneath their skirt and pulled out their own gun.
Exactly.
You know,
Very silly of him.
it is a
But it
bit
doesn't
silly.
matter anyway, does it? So they have a little bit of an argument about
Yeah.
keeping us safe and all that stuff.
And then the cameraman has a fit again.
Yeah, so he starts having a spazzing out on the floor.
Yeah.
The
The devil arrives. They escape. The devil arrives and he comes walking in and everything starts setting on fire and stuff. And he goes, "You can't come in here, Mr. Devil Man."
holding a crucifix out.
Yeah. So he just snaps his neck.
No, he
Oh, sorry, he puts
Yeah.
puts the crucifix in his head. That was it. And he goes, "I can stand the pain of being in church for a bit." Me and you both, brother. Um, so the priest tries to stop him, sticks in his head, and then he proceeds to murder all the priests
yes.
randomly.
Did you hear him
And
all
then
screaming?
Even snaps one of the necks of one of them.
Okay, Jericho and Christine, they run out of the church.
Yep.
And then they run into the back alley of the church.
Yes.
Why not carry on running down the main road where there's lots of people? Instead, they run to the back alley.
Yeah.
Which they're met by a group of cult members.
Yeah. Jericho gets twatted again.
You see them holding up axes. They've got pitchforks. They've got sticks with
Torches.
flames on, poles and everything.
I know.
And when they start fighting them, and to be fair to Jericho, he holds his own for a little bit.
A little bit.
Jericho pulls up, not Jericho, Chicago pulls up. Christine gets in the car, and then he locks the doors and drives off.
Yeah, leaves Jericho to get beaten.
Like I say, he holds his own for a little bit,
Yeah, he does.
gets beaten up, and then somehow, bearing in mind, this is like scrap metal just in this back alleyway. Must have been a junkyard or something with welding gear and whatever. Because cult members actually managed to rig up a little pulley system and tie him to a fucking metal cross with
Yeah.
wires and rope and all that shit. Devil does a little bit of the last bit of the tie-in, make sure he's so secured, and then pull him up,
Yeah,
And
and crucify the motherfucker.
hanging there
Well, for some reason, the devil's like, you know what, dude? I'm going to keep you alive for some reason.
for some reason.
No idea why, but I've read the script and it says you survived this, so I'm going to keep you alive, dude.
Yeah.
Can't go away from the script. And then Jericho tries to shoot the devil, but he grabs the gun with his hand and shoots with his hand, and his hand heals. Blah, blah, blah. Devil goes down to Chicago, gets in the car. For some reason, gets really creepily close to
Very close.
Christine.
Very
He's
close.
Gets in the back of the car, slides right up, and he puts his face right next to her. Like gives her a Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And then, they drive off, and then now it's Friday, December the 31st, 1999. We got another Radio Expo dump.
I think it was a little bit cheesy, though, when Jericho was up hanging on the crucifix.
Yeah.
And all the homeless people just stood there below him with flashlights shining on him.
Oh, yeah, before they disappear. Yeah. All just lighting him up.
Yeah, it's the cheesy.
Look what we did.
So like you say, it's next morning.
How is that priest still alive?
I don't know.
He comes walking down the alleyway in his fresh clothes, just like
As if nothing's happened.
as if nothing's happened in his church. He was there.
Yes.
He was there, and like he just comes walking in like that. Tough night last night, wasn't it, lad? You look like you had a good one.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the basement are still there.
Yeah, good show.
Because you see them, and the only injury he got last night was a little cut above his eyebrow.
That's what I mean. He just comes walking down like it's just another normal Friday, and he's like, "Oh, that's where you got to. Looks like you had a good night last night, Arnie lad. Come on, Jericho, let's get you down."
Managed to just get him down straight away.
Not to mention all the corpses and all the dead bodies in the church. You know, good job it's not Sunday. Otherwise, you'd have people coming.
That's why he's in the back alley, mate. He's chopped them up already, put them in the fucking bins.
Yeah, that was it.
Get rid of the evidence, it's all right.
Like, what's that? No. Fucking hell, Jericho, what are you doing up there, lad? Jesus, I thought you'd get off.
So it's later that night anyway now, and
Mate,
the only injury he's got is a small cut.
At this point, right, I thought this was quite funny because we suddenly cut to the Pope,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, is this where he's getting a blowjob in a wheelchair?
The Pope gets his dick sucked and is told about the girl going with the devil. Because the Pope's there, like, just sat there in his wheelchair, and then you just see another priest come over, like, by the way, they got the girl.
Honestly, it was the camera angle they used. It looked like he was getting it.
I know.
It just looked like, because the guy was on his knees, kissing the
his
guy's
knees right in
hand
front of
as it
him.
was in his lap.
Oh, just before you come, they've got the girl.
Honestly, that is not us making it up right. It's the camera angle, right? That's what it looked like.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
That was the first thing that came to my mind as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like,
I was like, why is the Pope getting a blowjob? It must be a New Year's Eve thing.
oh, shit.
Jesus. So then it suddenly cuts to later on in that evening, so he slept throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
He wakes up in the church and he's surrounded. He's now on the bed that the Polish present was on, and he's surrounded by a bunch of people who have just been stood there watching him sleep all day.
Creepy.
Yeah. And
Creepy.
the priest is mending him, like, "Come on, Jericho, wake up."
Right, okay. Why was he asleep for so long?
I don't know.
I mean, he had a good night's sleep on the cross.
I know,
Let's be honest
I
with
know.
you. Right?
He looks like the type of guy who slept in worse places than hanging from the church wall on a cross.
But yeah, he's been asleep all night and he's had a rough night, bless him.
But then he goes, right, I need to go and find Christine, so I may as well go to the security office. And
Yeah.
why
what's
does the
your place to
security
work?
office have an armory that like you'd find in a fucking, I don't know, it was like an army barracks worth of ammo. They had explosive bloody grenades and all stuff like that.
Exactly. I am sure, right, private security firms are not allowed military-style weapons, especially when it comes to an M16, for an example, with an underbarrel fucking RPG on it, right? They don't just give them out at Walmart. Do you know what I mean?
Not to mention, you would just let a random employee come in, New Year's Eve, probably stinking of booze, looking like he's not slept all night because he was literally crucified the night before. He walks in, goes into the armory, starts loading up. You'd at least go, "The fuck are you doing?"
That's it. The boss just comes in and goes, doesn't ask any questions.
No.
Like, All right. So, is there any reason why you got all the guns?
It's like, yeah, tough night last night. It's like, dude, it's New Year's Eve.
And then he uses the work computer and he manages to track down Chicago's car.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, he's using the works cars. No, so
Oh,
he
yeah,
manages to get the tracker on it. And it's outside a disused cinema being used by the cult members. Now, when Marge happens to turn up, he starts following her.
Yeah, he starts peeping and sneaking, doesn't he?
Why is he not surprised to see her? Because last time he seen her, he killed her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's not been in it since then.
No, I never thought of that.
But he's
You're
like,
Marge?
see where she goes.
Yeah.
Just walking corpse. It's just animated back to life.
Just casually. And then he sees her going down towards the basement, so he follows her, and then he comes across a blind man with no
Dude.
eyes.
This blind guy is more stealthier than what he was. 'Cause
Oh,
he
yeah.
just pops out of fucking nowhere. And he's got his eyes sewn shut, hasn't he?
It's Joe
You start
Biden.
sniffing him. Joe Biden's him, as you say. He says, you have lots of hated adventures in your heart. You may pass.
You may go. It's your ticket.
It's like,
Would you like to buy
oh.
a? Would you like to buy a program? $10.
I mean, does this guy work for the devil or something? Can he smell what people are feeling?
Who knows? Oh no.
But it reminded me, right? I was kind of expecting to be that guy, to be like from the Knights of Ni, from Monty Python. We are the Knights of Ni. You may not pass. Is 'tis but a flesh wound I cannot see.
Oh, fucking
They have like a
hell.
little sword fight with each other. One arm, one leg. I'll bite you. I'll bite you. Get here.
I mean, I'm not being funny. What if?
That's one of my favourite scenes in any
Oh yeah,
film.
with the Black Knight.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like, this is but a flesh wound. It's like, come and fight me, you pussy.
Oh, it's the Black Knight, not the Knights of Ni.
Yeah,
Knights
yeah,
of
yeah.
Ni, the other dudes, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. When he has to cross that little stream.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting it to be like, the fucking Black Knight.
The thing is, though, what's that guy gonna do if he come in and goes, "You smell of cheeseburger and goodness. You cannot come in." I'd be like, "And you're gonna stop me how?"
Punch. Who knows? He might have a little rabbit with him. Monty Python, Holy Grail.
Oh,
Just killing everyone. He's like, everyone dead. It's a rabbit. What's wrong with you? Just kills everybody. Get the holy hand grenade. That's what he needed. The fucking
Holy
holy
hand
hand grenade. That would have killed him straight away.
yeah, that would have sorted him right out.
Comes up with a St. Peter.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shit. Anyway, as he makes his down...
He took the wrong weapons from that armory, didn't
He
he?
did, mate. He did. So Jericho makes his way down. And you can hear the cult members chanting, along with the devil's personal death metal band playing in the background again.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they're all gathered round just to watch a bit of devil porn.
I think so, yeah. That's what it looked like. Some snuff porn's about to start happening.
He's basically just going to bang her in front of everyone. What if he gets stage fright?
He probably gets off on it by the looks of it.
But what if she's like not ovulating? What if it's like, what if she was on in the time of the month or something and it's like, you ain't going to get pregnant?
What happened if you got the daughter and the mum pregnant before?
Oh, good shout.
Who knows?
Hmm.
But Jericho, being 6'4" Austrian bodybuilder, managed to try and blend into the crowd, but he gets spotted pretty quickly by Marge.
Yeah.
He's like, he's a bit big in here, isn't he? Who's that guy? As Marge approaches him, Jericho kills her for the second time.
Yep.
And then he whips out a Uzi, starts blasting the devil and any of the members that are getting away.
Well, he takes Christine hostage, doesn't he, and says...
Then he takes Christine hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah. He takes her hostage after that. Tells her, go kill her and that lot. And then...
Bring Chicago over.
Yeah, he's got a little ace up his sleeve, hasn't he? So he thinks, anyway. Brings Chicago over, but after a little bit of a discussion with Jericho, he changes his mind and he can't shoot at him.
Yeah.
So the devil goes, blame on.
Yeah. Because it turns out that the Jericho, as he was burning alive, made a quick deal with the devil.
Mm.
To say, yeah, I'll work for you if you don't burn me alive, like... And then for some reason changes his mind.
Yeah.
You'd think, though, right...
I think you're about to say the same as me, but go on.
If your friend had come up and he Like, he'd made this deal, which is fair enough. You were burning alive. You don't know what type of deal you're going to make when you're burning alive. And then the devil starts burning you alive again in front of you. Would you not at least put a bullet in his head just to put him out of his misery?
My notes exactly. So instead of doing a mercy kill on his best friend who's fucking screaming as he's getting burnt to death, he shoots the devil again.
Yeah.
You've shot him how many times? You know he can't heal. At least your friend will fucking die.
Well, to be fair, his friend did have a gun in his hand at the time, so he could have just shot himself.
True.
But it's
instead,
like, well, if he's not going to shoot himself, I ain't going to do it for him.
yeah, but instead Jericho's like, do you know what? Let's get the marshmallows out. You make a s'mores over his burning corpse.
He's fucking well. Serves you
well.
right, Chicago. You take that punishment.
Oh, shit. So then he tries to escape and he shoots a gas main pipes.
Has Chicago never heard of Stop, Drop and Roll, though?
He was kind of.
Well, he was just running around going, "No!"
From the cabin in the woods again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not cabin in the woods, the something in the barn.
Oh, shit, yeah. At least he had snow, the guy from the band.
So then, to escape,
yeah.
he shoots a gas mains pipe with the underbarrel RPG blowing the place to pieces. Then he manages to shoot a hole in the wall.
Yes.
And he jumps through just as a train comes.
Yeah.
30 seconds later, mate.
Well, luckily, they managed to duck underneath. But they were lucky with that fire, though. It's a good job it was fake CGI fire, otherwise he might have got burnt.
True, mate. True. Yeah, you got a good point there, mate.
It did not look real in the slightest.
So they get on board the train, and he shows Christine how to use a gun.
Yeah.
And she can use one pretty quickly. Not bad.
Yeah, she shoots someone just like that.
And somehow the devil has made his way quarter of a mile up the subway.
Yeah.
Because they go in a couple of minutes before he appears, standing in front of the train, gets taken out, and then this is where it starts being a bit of like tropey thing, isn't it? Like for monster films and stuff. A little bit like Jeepers Creepers.
The thing is as well, the devil all the way through this has been trying to like protect his body. So like he at least has a penis and balls to be able to impregnate Christine. But yeah, he's just been blown up and he's looking a bit worse for wear. But why just stand in front of the train and just like eat you?
Yeah. It's so he can go underneath the train and punch through the floor.
It's lucky he did not shoot her fucking foot off. Because his hand comes up and he grabs her leg and then Jericho just goes, oh! Even she lets off a few shots.
And
then
down it comes through the roof, it comes through the side, gets a train driver, drags him out.
Comes through the train driver.
Now,
what was that hand?
Right, is this guy turned into fucking Mr. Fantastic?
He's Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch. That arm reaches out, grabs him through the stomach of the training guy, and then pulls him out.
I had to watch that scene back a few times to see what the hell I was actually looking at.
It's a stretched arm.
It is. His arm literally goes about 6 foot through the guy and drags him out. Why bother killing him? He weren't doing anything.
No. Collateral damage.
Yeah.
Must have got lessons from fucking Black Spider-Man in Madam Web. Don't know why I'm hitting this random cat, but I am
angry. Oh. Hello, Jericho. Oh, sorry, dude.
It still cracks me up, that scene, mate.
Oh, no.
The Black Spider-Man jumps in the diner and starts beating the shit out of random strangers.
Watch Madam Web that we did. Yeah.
It's a funny one.
Yeah. Oh, and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And contact us on
6andbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
Especially if you've got any ones that you want us to review.
Recommendations, anything below 6 on IMDb. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So then they decide to separate the cars on the train, like, because everyone just knows how to do that.
Right, so Schwarzenegger, we've seen him have a 7,000 IQ already.
Yes.
So, being a little bit of a numpty at this point,
yep,
he separates the cars.
But he's on the wrong one.
He's on the wrong fucking side.
Yeah. And then
He's
the
like,
half-ass tries to jump across.
This looks painful. This looked painful. So he's running from the car, which is still connected to the engine.
Yeah.
Jumps 20 feet through the air. His face smashes onto the fucking deck. You see his head. I had to round it a few times. His head, boom, bounces off it like a fucking boosh. And then it bounces him back to where the train is. So then he's like, legs are going underneath
his feet
the car.
Are dragging along the rails.
And he's like trying to hold himself up. It's like, that looked painful.
That did look painful.
And then the devil seeing him is like, I could do that too.
Oh my bit.
Hold my beer. It's a little bit of a further distance, like. But then, as he's mid-flying towards Jericho, he just whips out an RPG underneath his gun. Nah, mate.
Yeah. Nice try.
Nice try, dude.
Well, then there's a massive explosion, and then they're like, oh, this thing isn't slowing down. So they basically like wreck half the bloody subway system just for shits and giggles. And then they're like, oh no, we're going to hit it. Quick, run, hold on to this bar. And somehow they survive this.
We've just seen the devil go through 7 of these bars before it blew up. He just went flying straight through. But they're like, oh, it's all right. This one will be okay.
Hold on.
But again, a little bit of a tropey thing in films.
Yeah.
The whole train car, smash, 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 and it stops 2 feet from where they are.
Just in the nick of time.
Just where they were.
So they do one, and then we get a cut to the devil, and the devil's all ruined and stuff, and he's on the track like half a corpse, and he's like, Jericho! and then he leaves the body and goes after them.
And now at this point as well, we see that the Devil Court has been doing very well in their promotions recently, as their members now have increased to over 500 as they start to chase Christine and Jericho.
Yes, with fire torches again and pitchforks and all sorts.
How did they locate them?
I honestly don't know.
They came up from a random subway, which happened to be next to a big cathedral type church.
Pretty much the church to earlier, wasn't it?
Right.
Or is it different?
No, it looked a bit more.
Is it a bit different?
Yeah, it looked a bit bigger, this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did they locate them? So they run in church, lock and barricade the doors.
Tell everyone to get out.
You've just locked the doors.
Yeah.
You've got people outside trying to get in, and you're like, can you get out? Do you think the mob will just go stop doing what they're doing and go, all right, okay, guys, just stop there. Let everybody who's in the church service, let them out at the moment. No, I don't think that's going to happen. They go walk past them and get in.
Well, yeah.
How did
just make way. Make way. These aren't the people you want. Go on. But he's like, Christine, hide. Hide, Christine.
Yeah, where's she go hide?
I don't fucking
Behind
know.
a fucking church pew.
Well, it's at this point, it's 11:51, so there's only 9 minutes. So just go and hide for 9 minutes. Maybe, I don't know, rip your ovaries out, or... At this point, just be like, sorry, Christine, I'm going to have to kill you. It's too risky.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Why didn't they get her neutered?
That's it. You could have just took her to the local vets and gone, do us a favour. At gunpoint like that.
I know it's got neutered, like properly, you know what I mean? But have her ovaries whipped out or something.
Have a hysterectomy.
Yeah, or just get her have the coil.
Yeah.
Or something.
Put her on pill.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What about if she's on the after pill?
Yeah.
The morning after pill, whatever.
Just to be on the safe side, get the pills blessed by a priest.
There's so many ways they could get around this.
That's it. You could have just gone, look, it's not going to kill you, but I'm going to have to shoot you in the fanny. Just fucking right in the vagina.
I think I might kill her.
Well, I don't know, but if all you have to do is wash it under the sink and put a tea towel on it, it'd be right. Jobs are good.
Jobs are good.
Seen
Bye, Arnie.
Seen 1,000 years. No, well,
you never know. You never
know.
But anyway, all the doors start banging. It goes eerie quiet inside the church as the camera pans around the church.
He starts looking at all the angel carvings and the big man JC himself.
Yep.
And then he starts nodding. Like
then he realises he can't kill the devil with guns.
No, so he throws it on the floor.
It's taken him how many days shooting a fucking devil? How many times to go, do you know what? Maybe I might need faith, like the priest said before.
I know, like everyone's been telling me throughout the whole film.
But I'll trust my 9mm over the devil, book or whatever.
He throws his gun to the floor and then he starts praying to God, give me strength, which causes the cameraman to have another fit. so the earth starts shaking again. All the statues start to set on fire, including the JC above the altar. Yep. And then a hole appears in the roof and the pews start breaking towards him. Yep. And then the devil busts through the floor in his true form and then for some reason whips Jericho across the face. He just bitch slaps Jericho.
Okay.
Did you see that?
This looks really bad CGI.
Well, apparently, I watched a little video on it, and that was an actual animatronic for some of it. was
no
actually,
chance.
no, apparently it was. Apparently they made it and there was a guy inside it. Some of it was CGI, but...
It reminded me of Aliens,
Yeah.
but a waxwork what had melted with huge wings, and it had like little centipede legs on it as well.
Those little legs.
It was really, really weird. I
Well,
was
did
like,
you
"Yeah."
notice though when it come through and it's like, "Ugh," and then Jericho's just there like, what the fuck? And he just goes and slaps him. I was just like, that's a bit mean.
Then after getting a little bit of a slap, goes inside Jericho, gives him a little flyby around the room,
Goes in
controls
round like
his
a
body.
ragdoll. Yeah.
And then it's now 11:57 p.m.
Yes.
Giving the devil 3 minutes to get her pregnant.
I could do that in 3 minutes. Just
He
give me
shouts
1 minute.
Christine. He shouts over to Christine, tells her it's over. We've won.
It's over, we've won.
Then he grabs her hand like a naughty toddler, drags her over to the altar, proceeds to tear some of the clothes away.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You can come back from this, Jericho. That's why you can come back."
You can come on my back.
So
Come on my back, Jericho. Come on my back. Pull out, Jericho. But then he looks up at Jesus, the statue of Jesus that I must add was on fire a minute ago, but now looks perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You died for nothing. You just bought them time." And I was like, "Oh, so Jesus fought him the first time, didn't he?" Then.
Good point.
Yeah. So maybe the reason Jesus died originally, maybe Jesus was supposed to be, I don't know.
Fighting the devil.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Yeah. So then Jericho leans down and goes to Christine. I'm coming. Run.
It reminded me of a scene from Me, Myself, and Irene, though.
Why?
Where he's like fighting with himself. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"No, you go on, quick, run."
I'll always remember that Me, Myself, and Irene. I love that. I love his when he says his the name of his condition. He goes, "I've got advanced illusionary schizophrenia or involuntary narcissistic rage." It's like, oh, is that all? Yeah. I don't know why I've always memorized that.
That's a bit of a weird one to
Yeah,
remember.
no.
That's one of his best work, that.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
I just love the bit with the sons. But then he tells Christine to run. Christine runs.
Yeah.
And somehow now Jericho can overthrow the devil. So he decides to just throw himself onto a sword. Just as the countdown for New Year finishes.
Yeah, that looked really painful, that, didn't it?
That did look so.
Yeah. And it was that painful, it gave him a little bit of major heartburn as flames come pouring out of his chest.
You're going to put a tea towel on that.
Yeah, and proceeds to kill him and the devil.
Yeah.
Sends him back down to hell.
The Jericho sees his family waiting. And so does Christine, and his wife and daughter are like, "Ha ha 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 ha, you gotta come with us now." And he's like, "Fuck."
Was he enjoying single life?
I wish I banged Christine. No.
Here's one for you.
She grabs his hand, starts kissing it.
Right, here's one for you, though.
Yeah.
So, did he really have to kill himself?
Well,
Because all he had to do was stop the devil impregnating her by 12 o'clock.
yeah.
Now, when the devil took control of him, there's 3 minutes left. The
Yeah.
scene went on for about 15 minutes anyway on a film, so we're just going to ignore that part.
Yeah.
Right? And it was just before 12 o'clock as he landed on a thing. So he just had to stay alive fighting the devil or his own conscience for like 30 seconds.
I know.
So that makes me think when he jumped on the crucifix on the sword to kill himself,
Yeah.
right? Did that actually do anything whatsoever? And if he just stood around for 30 seconds, would the devil just pour himself out and go back down to hell? And then he'd just walk off?
Possibly. But what I did read in some notes looking into this is that originally in the ending of the film, Jericho was supposed to survive, but it didn't test well with audiences that test the film showing with. So they made it so he died at the end. So originally he was supposed to survive.
Right. And it's quite a
But-
good little touch, isn't it? He died on his own sword.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But after 2 hours, the test audience was like, just fucking kill Arnie. Jesus fucking Christ. You better die at the end of this. I swear to God. But then she grabs his hand and she starts, "Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you." And then outside, the police arrive and there's all rubble everywhere. Now, she must have some goddamn explaining to do.
Yes.
Because...
Why is there a guy dead on a sword?
So, why is the church wrecked? Why Why are the people telling us that you and some random guy just walked in shooting the place up? Why is the rubble all out from the seats? Why is an explosion happened in the subway where we've got footage of you being there and all this
Killed
stuff?
the train conductor and derailed the train, causing an explosion.
Yeah. She's spending the rest of her life in an asylum. The devil made me do it. It was the devil. The devil made me do it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She'll be like Sarah Connor, lots of weight, I think.
Exactly.
Terminator's coming for me from the
It was
future.
the devil.
Right, okay, love.
Yeah. Not a good one.
Now, on our records, you visited one of the local churches as well.
Yeah. And we've just been by your house. We found your mother dead. The police that was guarding you outside is dead. There's been an explosion on your street.
You got a dead body in your bath.
Yeah, there's a dead body.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christine is fucked.
She is fucked.
Not by the devil, but...
This is not a happy ending, guys.
It's not.
She has got some fucking explaining to do here.
But Hollywood,
Yeah,
we don't see that, do we?
we don't. So
We don't.
that is the end of the film, guys. Woo! Woohoo! So,
Clip quiz results.
yes,
Get straight into it.
do it.
Drop the gun! Yeah, that's right. Drop the gun.
Hey, I'm a police officer. This is an arrest.
This man is crazy. Look at him. He wants to kill me. You're just gonna stand there?
Freeze!
Jeez.
I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm Detective John Kimball. This man is under arrest.
John Kimball, who could that possibly be?
Is it Kindergarten Cop?
It is! Now, if you got that right, pat yourself on the back.
Yes, and please like and subscribe to this video.
I think he deserves a like and a subscribe.
I think he does. I think he really does.
I was on about you for getting it right.
Oh yes, I think I deserve it. Definitely, please do. Yeah, and yeah. Right. So this is the part of the podcast when we move on to our awards for this
Quick one.
film. Yeah, go on.
Who do you think could have made this film better?
Who? Someone else playing Christine.
Who?
Who?
Hmm.
Who? 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 Apparently, Kate Winslet was originally attached to the film, and then she turned it down.
You might actually have been all right for it.
Young Kate Winslet,
Trying to think who was big back in the day.
1999.
Yeah. Someone who would have been youngish.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. I always used to like her. The bird from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, she would have been really good in it, actually. That's a good shout.
She was tasty.
I was thinking more of like Bruce Willis instead.
What of Christine?
No, for Jericho.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon he might have been all right in it.
Yeah, he might have been quite good, but it would have been more of a die-hard feel to it, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
Kind of. Yeah, I suppose, because I don't think you need someone who's like a big action, kind of, big
No.
muscles type shit.
No.
Stallone, definitely not, because you'd never understand what the hell he was saying.
Yeah.
Mr. Devil, man. Hey, Mr. Devil. Could have had Dolph.
No.
No, Dolph.
No.
Dolph.
Oh my God.
Crackhead Dolph.
Right, okay. I've just
Well-
added a film to our list with Dolph Lundgren in.
Lundgren. What about
Lundgren.
what about JCVD?
No.
He'd
don't
just
think-
be doing the splits all over the devil.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Shit, man, what's it called, that film?
What? I don't know. Who else could have played Jericho?
Right, I can't remember what it's called because I've put it into the list.
If you were to make the film today, who would you star as Jericho?
Hmm.
Probably like Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill would have been good.
Yeah, as Jericho.
Hmm. I don't know, it'd be a bit...
What about the guy that plays Reacher?
Could do. Could do.
The Jack Reacher series.
Alan...
Yeah,
I can't remember what his name is.
yeah. I don't know. Go on.
Oh.
Right, so should we move on to the awards?
Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm
So
trying to find
this
this fucking film.
this is the part of the podcast when we give out awards. So we have awards for
Dark Angel.
Dark Angel,
Right, I've just added it to our list, yeah. Dolph Lundgren.
Lundgren.
I always say Lundberg for some reason, yeah. Lundgren. Right. It's called Dark Angel, in brackets, I Come in Peace. It's based in 1990, and he is a renegade cop.
Of course.
course. And he's trying to stop. I'll try to say this without laughing.
Okay.
Drug dealers
Yes.
from outer space.
Oh, yes.
So these aliens come down and turn people into heroin.
They turn people to heroin.
They do. They harvest people into heroin and they're international drug dealers.
What the freaking hell?
Exactly. So stay tuned for that one when that pops up.
Do you think someone was in heroin when they wrote that? Or came up with that from? How would you pitch that to a studio if you went, I've got a great idea for a film. Basically, there's these aliens that come down and they're drug dealers, but get this, they're turning people into heroin.
Turn them into it.
Take this money.
So obviously, because we watch really bad films below 6,
Yes.
Amazon like to try and push these said films on you.
That's the only downside of doing this. It
It
completely
is.
messes up your algorithm and stuff.
I'm going to put that in actually. For next week, we've got Daredevil, haven't we?
Yeah, so we'll be doing Ben Affleck's Daredevil from, is it the early 2000s?
Yep.
What's it from, like
2003.
Yeah.
But then the week after will be that Dolph Lundberg one. Lundberg. Why do you keep saying Lundberg?
Anyway, as I was saying,
Awards.
this is the part of the show when we do our awards. So we give awards out to the best actor, the worst actor, the best character, and the worst character. We also list the 3 things we liked about the film, the Hot Babe Award, obviously,
Yep.
and our personal rating out of 10.
And then whereabouts you would put it onto our wall.
Hall of Fame.
So if you want to play along, let us know down below in comments for this one.
Yeah.
Or you could contact us on
6andbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
And also in the show notes, you can join the Discord for free of charge. We don't do any subscriptions or anything. So why not? Just come and join in.
Yeah, just come on. Someone, please. Come on.
And
Don't
you
be
can
shy.
see the
Don't
up
be
and coming
shy.
films on our full list and everything what's coming up as well.
Yeah. And please, if you can, just take the time to like and subscribe.
Yeah, appreciate that, really, folks.
If you're on Spotify, give us a follow.
Yes.
So, the
Best
best actor, also known as the King Kong Award.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this
Oh, yeah, I forgot
motherfucker
Kong.
down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
That is right.
There is no shit on King Kong. Or King Kong has shit on no one.
Yes. Who have you
Especially
gone
not
for?
Denzel. I've gone for, drum roll please, Gabriel Burns.
So have I.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the role really well.
Really well.
Really well.
Really
Class
good.
actor.
Sinister when he needed
Yes.
to be. Not over the top.
Yeah.
Menacing.
I mean, a lot of actors would have gone way over the top with that character, especially playing the devil. And
Do you know who would have played the good devil?
Go on.
Kevin Spacey.
yes, he is very sinister.
I wonder why.
yeah. Maybe if it was a young boy version. we mentioned young boys way too much in this.
You have. That's your brain, mate. That's where it goes to.
It's just
Worst
Kevin
actor.
Spacey, allegedly.
Let's get the worst actor on a go.
Also known as the Golden Seagull.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
To the blood bank.
Golden Seagull. Who is this Golden Seagull Award going to go to?
Who are you going to take to the blood bank? I think we both know. Robin Tunney.
Christine.
Yeah.
Hey,
She
we're on a
was
roll.
effing fucking awful.
Awful.
Just everything, the way she just doe-eyed the way through it all, like she constantly wanted to cry. Literally all she was a prop to Arnold Schwarzenegger to drag around.
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much, mate. She was awful. And her heavy-footed steps, I can't forgive her.
And her mum has just died and all she can do is go, no! Should we get going now?
Come on, let's go.
That was basically what happened.
Best character.
Best character, Jericho.
Jericho!
Wow,
On a roll, ladies and gentlemen.
go on, worst character.
Crazy stepmom.
Yeah,
Yeah. Piss off.
yeah, the mum.
Yes.
She was shit.
Absolute garbage.
Oh, God.
Hey, we've been doing this together too
Oh,
much.
no.
In sync there. I don't think we've ever had that.
I don't think we've ever had a full house, a full suite.
No.
Hey,
Okay.
she was terrible though, all the way through. It was just the way she switches rather than just going with the flow. The way she just all of a sudden, but I'm a devil worshipper. I'm gonna bite his face off.
Okay,
So-
Hot Babe Award.
Are we doing Hot Babe first?
Yeah.
It has to be Robin Tunney.
No.
As shit an actress as she was so fit.
She was all right.
Go on, who have you gone for?
I went for the Doctor's daughter.
Yeah, it's only because
Like
you see
Daddy?
boobage.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, when they had a threesome.
Oh, who would I go for? Yeah, I forgot about her, to be honest.
See?
I was too busy looking at it thinking, first of all, why is a mum and a daughter shagging the devil? Hold on, why are they moulded into each other?
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird.
Very, very weird.
Well, no.
Okay. 3 things you liked.
Okay, so I like the general story of it itself. Like I said at the beginning, I like these kind of like biblical style films where they take the mythology and stuff of the Bible.
Yeah, I like mythology films.
and what have you, and kind of put it into this. It kind of, I like that type of stuff.
Oh, do you know what film as well? The one we've done the 50th episode.
Yeah,
When I think back now to some of the films, like my favourite films, I forgot so many of them.
yeah,
I forgot so many. And since then, I've been thinking, shit, why didn't I say this, this, and this? And one of my favourite films, like one film I absolutely love, is obviously Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. I absolutely love that. That's like one of my favourites. Got to mention that completely. But talking about mythology, the
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans and that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. What's the other one called? The first one?
Oh God.
Oh, is it Clash of the Titans? That
I think
first
that the ones with Sam Worthington in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I think Clash
great.
of the Titans might have been the first one. Did you ever used to watch Jason and the Argonauts as a kid?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved that
Do
as
you
a
remember
kid.
them bony skeleton men that looked like they were stop motion?
Oh my God, yeah, when you watch back at them now, like
Well, back when I was a kid, they used to scare the shit out of me.
it looked like fucking Chewbacca with a big horn on his head.
Yeah.
I loved them films.
Oh yeah.
But I love Greek mythology and I like to say Clash of the Titans and stuff. Absolutely love them films.
What's the other one? Is it Wrath of
Yeah, Wrath of the Titans as well, isn't it?
Wrath of the Titans? Yeah.
I think it might have been. But yeah, them, absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. Great films. And I forgot all about them. But anyway, just because you were saying about the mythology, that's why I switched over to that. So let's get back to it.
So yeah, so the story itself, I like that. I liked it when he gets his ass kicked by the old woman. Although it was freaking stupid. It was just one of them scenes where it's just like, hold on. To be fair, I've watched this film so many times over the years, and not once have I thought to myself, that's a bit odd. Until I was watching it to do this, and I'm like, hold on.
It's the critical eye, mate.
It is. It's the critical eye.
Yeah. We can't watch any normal film now without criticising it.
I know. And then I just put the overall action scenes. I thought they were quite good.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Come on, what about yourself?
I put number 1, Jericho fighting the old woman.
Yeah.
I thought, like you say, it's just fucking stupid the way it was, especially when he picks up power drives her through a coffee table. It's just like picking up a little kid. I was just thinking to myself as well, I wonder if it was the stunt guy from Something in the Barn. Just stick him in a wig, pick him up, smash him in.
The elf.
Yeah. And then Jericho shooting his partner in the arm.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite funny. And church scene when the devil arrives at the end. It's all quite good. Another build up for it.
Yeah.
And the whole overall scene was quite good.
What rating would you give it?
I've gone for, I think, how it deserves, and I think it's been rated correctly, 5.8.
5.8?
Yeah.
Really? You'd still keep it below 6?
I think it's on borderline. I don't think it's like an amazing. The thing that let it down a little bit was it's quite long-winded. If they cut it down, say 30 minutes, cutting out little scenes like the skateboarder, there's loads like little scenes they didn't really need. Like the threesome thing with the doctor, didn't really need it, but they added it into it. It's like, what did that bring to the story?
Yeah.
Nothing. There's lots of scenes like that where it was added in and it just made the film longer than what it needed to be. If to cut it down to like an hour and 40 or an hour and 30, I would have said 6.2. But because it felt really, really long when I was watching it, that's why I put it down to 5.8.
You feel you, but I still like this film. I've gone for 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, it was just too long-winded.
Yeah.
It just felt, it was like a 4-hour film.
I don't know. When I was doing the notes, it felt that way because it literally took me 4 hours. But when I was watching it, I think it had good pacing and stuff like. Yeah, there were some scenes when you're using your critical eye that you're thinking, and you're definitely doing the notes and you're going through that, you're thinking, why have they left this in? But just as an enjoyable film to watch, maybe not with the family, but I thought it was a
overall good film. Don't get me wrong.
I thought it was a class film.
Yeah, like I say, just a little bit too long-winded. That's the only thing that's dropped it down a little bit.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, I would say about 6.2.
Fair enough. There's no wrong answers. Must say, Must say, my voice went a bit then.
I know,
Must say, I was just so
Right.
desperate to go.
So we've got categories now.
Yeah.
Want to skip, worth watch, or must see.
I'd say must see. I love this film.
Yeah, going off all the films that we've currently done. Like I say, we call it a must see category, but it's more of like a strong recommendation, really.
Yeah,
isn't
it's what
it?
I would definitely
But
recommend
yeah,
watching this.
if you've never
film.
seen it before, definitely worth it.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
I'd
Let's
definitely
stick it
would.
up there.
Must see. Well, that was easy. I thought to be honest, I thought I was going to have a fight on my hands. I thought you were going to want to put it in worth a watch, but
No, like I say, it is worth a watch. Don't get me wrong.
definitely.
But if you've never
100%
seen it
worth a
before,
watch, yeah.
I think you got to go and see it.
I think it's a must see. Yeah. I think everyone should watch it. It's good.
Yeah, not one of his best works, but
No.
it's up there. It's better than Junior and
It's a good.
Twins and stuff.
It's a good action film with a good story and a good premise. It's entertaining. It's good. I
I've got
like
to say, mate, like I say, Gabriel, he made it.
Yeah. Gabriel definitely made it. He was a good cat.
Where'd that?
What? Angel Gabriel?
Yeah, the fallen angel Gabriel, which is the devil.
No, that's Lucifer.
Ah, yeah.
But he's
What are
one
you
of the archangels. Is the Gabriel? I think
Yeah,
it's
but then
Gabriel.
fallen angel anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no.
It's an angel.
Still a
Angel's
good
name.
same premise.
Yeah. But no, that
I'll see.
must see.
I'll
Definitely
go
must
for
see.
that. I'll go for that.
Defo must see. So that's another one to add to the must see list.
Yes,
And that's 2 in a row, that, isn't it?
it is actually last week.
Yeah, so we've got something in the barn. So, I just want to say as well, we've not said it throughout, but I'm hoping to get this out before the new year. So, Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes.
Hope you have a
great New Year.
wonderful 2025.
All the best to you and your
All
family.
the best, yeah.
Give us
So,
a subscribe, and it'll be even better.
yeah. You want to subscribe because 2025, we've got a lot of good films lined up, and this is only going to get better.
It will be.
So, make sure you don't miss out, guys.
Like I say, our next two, Ben Affleck classic, Daredevil. You know,
I can't wait to rip the shit out of Daredevil.
Jennifer
Garner.
Garner in it as Electra.
Is this where they met? I think they met during this film. Didn't they?
Yeah, they got married after this.
Yeah, you know.
I just remember one of the scenes on this film, and it's so fucking stupid. I don't know if you remember it, where Electra and Ben Affleck as Daredevil are both in civvies and are having a fight on a playground.
Yes.
And they're going up and down a seesaw and jumping on swings and doing really bad, like, rope work. They're doing flying through the air as if it's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type thing, but it's like done really badly.
That now you mention it, that does ring a bell, and I just remember freaking Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
Oh my god, he was on some crack,
Mate, yeah.
over the top, hyped up acting.
I know.
Intense. Intense.
Doesn't he keep his Irish accent in it as well?
I think he does. Yeah, he's a crazy fuck.
He is. Oh, geez. So join us for that,
Yeah,
guys.
with that little tattoo on his head.
He did, yeah, the literal bullseye on his head, yeah.
That's gonna be a fun one to do.
That is going to be a fun one to do. I can't wait to rip the shit out of that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one to do.
Well, no.
Which is good, really, because Leanne's not seen this before.
She not.
No, and I keep saying to her, "No, it's one of the classics.
You just got to sell it to her like it's
It's
a
a Marvel
brilliant
classic.
film.
You got to see the. If you've seen all the Avengers and stuff, you got to watch the origins.
You've got to know where, like, Wolverine and Deadpool, where Jennifer Garner comes into it.
Exactly.
You know?
That's my aim towards it. You know, that's my scope I'm going in.
Well, that's
And
what
I
you
think
need to do.
After obviously Daredevil, we've got Dark Angel, I Come in Peace, International Drug Lords. If it's still
Is that
available,
what
by
it's
the way.
called?
I Come in Peace.
Oh my god!
Right.
What year was it made?
1990.
Oh right,
So,
so it's not.
You've got
crackhead
some
Dolph.
action-packed Dolph Lundgren fighting.
Wonderful acting.
Wonderful acting.
He's such a thespian, isn't he?
He's one of them like punching everybody and he just gets away with it type thing. Renegade cop.
Renegade cop.
Yes, that's
in
gonna be funny
in
one to do.
America.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think we should do. I might boycott the Randomator
Right.
after that one.
And
And
do
I
what?
think if it's available, I think after Dark Angel, we should do Electra. We've got Daredevil.
I've never
another
seen
one,
Elektra.
and then Electra after it.
I can't believe that they made Elektra after Daredevil. I can't believe someone saw Daredevil and said, "Give Jennifer Garner her own movie."
Yes. That happened.
The fact that they both still have an acting career after it. Jesus.
So yeah, stay tuned for that one,
stay
folks.
tuned.
Anyway,
Yeah,
have a great
so
week,
we'll-
have a great day, have a great new year.
Have a great new year. Thank you. I've been Eric.
I've been Darren.
Take care, guys.
Bye. I don't know what the kiss was about, but fuck it.
I may as well give you one as well. Don't want to feel left out.